Okay, I'm going live for the first time in who knows how long. And I have Patrick here. All right. Invite guest to the broadcast studio. Copied. Boom. Where the hell is he? Oh, add to stream. There you go. Hi.
You just click on it.
Hey, what are you doing? Okay, let
Hello.
me fix the sound on this because I know it's my side and not the others now. I always used to blame other people for the sound. Okay, hold on. Go sound, go boom. Up, up, up. Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let me
Yeah, the
just
last time I
pull
tried to
some
do an
stuff.
interview, it was like me. I'm like telling him, "Oh, it's you. You're fucking up with the sound." Hey. Okay.
Hello
Hey.
there.
How do I give people ranches? Hey, Carrie.
You
Hey.
move the mouse over their name in the YouTube chat. You can't do it through StreamYards, but
Oh,
yeah,
I need.
you. Oh my God, I need to fix my hair.
I know, but
I got,
I have
I got
no idea
wings
how to give
coming out
people
of my head.
ranches.
I got
I
wings
know.
growing. Look at that.
I just posted a short little video on Instagram talking about just how crazy the drama is, how people are calling authorities on people, and
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
I'll
Um,
be I'll be right back. I need to get my coffee.
yeah, if you're going to talk about that. So, what's going on, you guys? I cannot believe this is the first time I've been on here live in so long. Let's talk about it. Let's talk. All right, let me go here. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, I haven't seen that in I don't know how long. Wasn't that based on a true story? Was it based? I don't even know if it's based on a true story. See, I never get that many people. Was it based? I don't even know.
We got a lot of people
Smash
today.
that thumbs up. Christmas channel. Smash that thumbs up. How do I do that?
Um,
Okay.
on the
Shoot.
YouTube page, there's thumbs up, thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
See,
I brought.
everybody thinks I like use like hair products and gel and hairspray and shit. No, I just splash water in my hair and comb it.
Yeah, me too. People think I do a lot of shit to my hair too. I just wash it and then I pull it up in a like tight bun in the back and then I let it down like this because my hair is naturally really like yours. It's like curly and kind of
Wavy.
yeah. So I used to kind of try to straighten it. I used to blow dry it like straight and it just didn't
Yeah,
work.
actually, now that I think we are hair twins, we both got great hair. It's awesome. Uh-oh, are you frozen? She's frozen. There
Were
we
you back
go.
on? Okay.
We're back on. You were frozen for a bit.
We both were. I was watching the one with Justin Timberlake's wife. Um, share the link. Who's that? Justin Timberlake, are you saying? Or I don't know. I don't know what she's saying, Carrie. Nobody knows you guys are live. Oh, I know. Yeah. All right. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how crazy the drama's gotten compared to the when we started. Because you were started off as just like this cool channel and you would call people out sometimes, but you
Yeah.
had a really big following. And
I did a lot of variety. Yeah, I engaged in a lot of drama and stuff, but then I would also do interviews with like other
yeah,
YouTubers, and then once in a while I'll get an interview with somebody like Roseanne's son,
yeah,
Roseanne's girlfriend. I had interviewed Ed Opperman. I interviewed Dr. Fred Bauman. I don't know if he's still alive. I'd be surprised if he was. But yeah,
you
but
did.
I
You did
think
a lot of really cool interviews. I remember that,
mm,
seeing
but
that
yeah,
video.
ever since I interviewed Nathan Forrest Winters and then came across Sharon, it's just been nonstop ever since.
Who's Nathan Forrest Winters?
Nathan Forrest Winters, he was the child actor that was raped by Victor Salva on the set of Clown House.
Oh, fuck. Oh, and how did I didn't know that. I need to. Do you still have that video somewhere or no?
I got it on BitChute. I'll re-upload it to YouTube sometime.
And somehow Sharon got involved with him. Is that how that
Sharon
happened?
was involved with him and Bobby Wolf. Do you know who Bobby Wolf is? The
Yes,
Wolf Pack,
the Wolfpack. Yeah, I
right?
met him
Well,
at the very
that's how I
beginning.
got involved with the Wolf Pack. I came across, well, first I friended Greg Harrison. He was suggested to me by Jamie McIntyre because I
Mhm.
was friends with Jamie McIntyre, and I met her through uh, Jake Pentland. That's Roseanne's
Roseanne's son.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so I friended Greg Harrison, not knowing anything about him. And then he started asking me questions, asking if I'm an actor or something. I'm like, no. Like, I didn't even know yet that there was some connection to Corey Haim. Like, she just said, oh, you should get a hold of Greg Harrison, and didn't really explain why. Because at the time I was clowning on Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
And
we
she
all
said,
were. Yeah.
yeah. And she said, you should get a hold of Greg Harrison. So I'm talking to the guy. And through conversation, it comes up that he was like best buddies with Corey Haim or something. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, now I get why Jamie said I should reach out to you on Facebook. And then I guess through Greg Harrison, I found Nathan Forrest Winters, and I was already familiar with Nathan Forrest Winters. I remember when I was a kid and Powder came out, and I remember watching Siskel and Ebert, and Ebert briefly touched on the fact that the director of this movie was a convicted pedophile. Like,
I
what
remember
the?
hearing that. Yeah, yeah, that was a big deal.
So yeah, so I was familiar with Nathan Forrest Winters for a while, and I'm like, oh, he's on Facebook, right? So I thought, hey, I get lucky sometimes. Maybe I'll just ask him to come on my show, and he did, and it
Oh
was a good
God.
interview.
And he talked. What did he say? What was I know, now I need to
We
watch
talked
that.
we talked about everything. We talked about what happened to him as a kid, Victor Salva, the whole I would say culture of pedophilia that's rampant in Hollywood. We were talking about that, and we were talking about like his upcoming documentary. I don't know whatever happened to that, but he was working on a documentary. His friend Connor Frazier was the director, and it was called The Boy. And we were talking about that, but right after I did that interview, I started getting contacted by Sharon. Excuse me.
I have a cold or something too. Yeah, I'm sick right now. So
No, I'm not sick. I just had a sudden cough that came out of nowhere.
what's that say, Mr. We light a candle for you every July 18th. Is he dead? Is he dead now?
Who? Nathan
Nathan?
Forrest? No.
Okay. You see me, Carrie? I see you, Carrie. And
Yeah.
so
So
you
yeah,
had
ever
a
since I started getting contacted by Sharon Hensley, and she was like, I work with Bobby Wolf and Nathan Forrest Winters. They're helping me with my case. My daughter was being groomed on Facebook by this creep. I'm like, and she really wanted to come on my show. So I'm like, okay. And then she started like messaging me right before I was about to go live on some other show. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to go live now. I can't really talk right now. Okay, but blah 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 blah. Like, and she just starts sending me all this shit, and then acting like really impatient with Bobby Wolf and stuff. Like, I think Bobby Wolf is screwing me around. I want to go on your show right away. And like, so I started getting vibes that maybe this woman might be nuts. So
red flags were going up everywhere.
yeah, I'm like, she doesn't seem right. So when I did the show, I had Red Pool Jack and a Were Rabbit on the panel with me to kind of fact check her as we go along, right? And also, I wanted to be in the position of good cop because she trusts me, and I didn't want to like come on the show and just grill her. I just wanted to, seem impartial. And but like they poked holes in her story, and then I, started noticing it, and then I go through the screenshots and I'm like, hey, it looks like you initiated the conversation. It looks like you were impersonating your daughter from the beginning. And well, as we know, it just turned out the whole thing was bullshit. She was impersonating her daughter from the beginning, and it was disgusting. She was using her daughter's Facebook account to entrap this guy, and she was the one asking him for dick pics. And yeah, he made a few comments here and there that seemed inappropriate if he thought that indeed that he was talking to a 15-year-old girl at the time. And those comments were the sole reason why I went through with the show in the first place, because I was convinced the guy was a creep just based on his comments. But then when you look deeper into it, it was like, okay, nothing happened. He's talking to an adult.
Before. Now I totally understand that, what happened, because you did this before with her, and then somebody put her in touch with me, and then she came on my show, and then you were already pissed off because you had issues with Sharon. Yeah. Then you came on my show and you're like, she's a freaking liar and all this stuff.
Oh, I didn't come on your show. I was trolling you in the chat.
You were trolling me in the chat, and I didn't know who you were. I was like, who the fuck is this?
No, you knew who I was because you knew me from Facebook. And
just like, Facebook, hey, yeah.
We're like, what? But I like you. Why?
Oh, no, you were cool. I know. We were cool. What the hell happened? Yeah, I remember that now.
I was saying shit like, you sexually harassed me.
Yeah.
I'm such a troll. But
we were
fighting. But and then that. And then Jamie chimed in after that, and she said, like, my friends really loved when you roasted Lauren. I'm like, oh, and then people claimed that they were like victims of you, that you did something.
I know, and it was all fucking bullshit. Nobody had receipts or anything, and I was in like a
did like the first show, the next show, and the next show, and then I started getting pissed off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of talking to these women and they're fucking bullshit. None of these women have receipts.
There was no receipts. I didn't do shit to them. I was just doing response videos. That's what I would do, like Sharon does now.
Bunny Wilder she was just nuts.
Who was?
Bunny Wilder. She was.
Oh my god! I'm gonna have nightmares just thinking about Bunny.
Like, how can a grown woman be so stupid?
I don't know.
I filed a report with the FBI because Jamie McIntyre posted a meme about me on Facebook.
Yeah, I couldn't believe her. Yeah, she said all kinds of shit that wasn't true, and
it's illegal.
Yeah, and then she made fun of my suicide video, which wasn't funny at all. That's not something that you laugh about. She was horrible. Yeah, remember Bunny, Sarah? It was crazy. I wonder whatever happened to her, but at the same time, I'm kind of don't.
I don't care. She can stay in her rabbit hole where she belongs.
That's where it kind of started, where she was talking to you, and then all this shit, and then Jamie was mad at me because of something that happened with Susie, and then it was like all these people came out to roast me, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, none of them have talked to me to my face, and none of this is even fucking true. And the only thing that was true, that was Jamie. That was the true. That happened, but I apologized for that. So I was like, "Oh my god!"
I apologize for all the roast too. Now I feel bad about that in retrospect. Is it? Like these women are feeding me a bunch of bullshit, and I just jumped on that bandwagon, and I'm like, thought it'd be entertaining to roast somebody that I thought was really despicable, and I was pissed off about your roommate Roger Barr. He was trying to intimidate me by.
I know where you live.
He messaged me like, I know where you live. I'm like, okay, pull up. What are you gonna do? You middle-aged fuck? I'd whoop your ass.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey, that is so crazy to even think about her. I ended up just blocking her and just ignoring her. And then I guess she was saying she was going through some shit, and then she went away. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I don't think I couldn't handle any much more of her. It was that point where, but I remember that last roasting you did, and I was like crying about it because I was like, why is she in there? Like people I hadn't talked to in like months or even a year or longer. I was like, what the fuck is she doing in there now? Talking shit.
Oh, so, yeah. And then, I'm like telling, I'm done with this Lauren Axelrod stuff, right? Because I was still getting comments from women saying, you got to do more shows. There's more and more victims coming out. I'm like, they're not
more victims.
They're not victims. I haven't seen
No,
any proof of anything.
they were saying that I was like stalking them and threatening to kill them, but there was no proof of that. There was no, and I go, I
Yeah.
don't do that. I don't
Well,
threaten people.
the
I will
only
defend
the only
myself.
reason I bought it was because of Roger. You know, Roger was
Yeah,
kind of he was
saying I
trying to
know what you did.
intimidate me by doxing me, and it was like, you think this is my first rodeo, Roger?
Yeah, he was trying to like defend me, and
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, don't do that. Don't entice him. Don't
Well, yeah, because it made things worse for you because I just came at you
yeah,
harder, came at you
yeah,
and him
exactly.
even harder.
Yeah, like when, like I
Well,
said, one time he
that's
found me in the
what
bathroom,
I
and I
do
was
when
just
people threaten me, and I'm like, oh, threaten me, right? I just come at them even harder.
yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. That's why women didn't like me because I would go on and I would do defense videos. I would say, okay, so and so, you said this and you said that. Well, here's my receipts. This is what you said, and this is what and I would have to show everything. I have to prove everything. And it got to that point where I was just tired. I was like, I'm so sick of all of you fucking
Mhm.
bitches. I'm
Well, yeah.
done. I'm
Well,
done with
after
the drama.
I don't even remember how many shows. What was it, like six or
What?
seven Lauren Axelrod shows that I did?
Sure. What? I'm sorry. Pull
How
back.
many shows did I do? Like six or seven of them.
Yeah,
Felt like a lot.
there was a lot of them. Yeah,
At
there was
least
like a
five,
group.
and then after a while, I'm like, this is stupid. I've done like 5 or 6, 7 shows, and there's still no receipts.
Okay, your voice is like computerized. What the hell's going on?
Oh, am I roboting?
Yeah, you're roboting. You have earplugs?
That makes things worse. If I plug in the earbuds, then my microphone gets quiet and you can't hear me.
Okay. Okay, what's going on? Where's Sharon's missing condom? Where's she at? And where's Sarah? Um, somebody said, can you tell, well, like Sarah said, how much influence Coach Eli has had over your YouTube career?
Mine?
I don't know if they're talking to me or talking to you about that, Sarah. I don't know.
I don't know. Really, I was somebody that was always.
Why is it being computerized? I don't get.
I think the problem might be on your end because I hear you just fine and my connection is just fine. Maybe you got a bad connection.
Yeah, I could probably have a bad connection. Let me see if I can fix it. God, I hate that. I just got this. I traded in my old phone for this phone.
Mm.
Wi-Fi calling. Okay, maybe I should turn that off. Is that better?
Yeah, check, check, check. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Am I still
Now
roboting?
switch to mobile data. Your phone switched to mobile data because the Wi-Fi was unstable. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is unstable. Is that better?
Yeah, I could hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I could hear you, but it's definitely that same thing.
Oh, I'll
Um,
try
it's,
refreshing.
it's not your fault. It's probably mine. Is that better? No, talk.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, you can hear me fine. Is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah. Am I
Fix the
better?
voice. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm sure everyone could hear it. Carrie, can you hear him okay?
Yeah, am I roboting on the stream?
Okay, let me go back. Yeah, it's weird. It's like a brand new phone. You know how you trade in to get a better one, and it's like suckier.
Here, I'll stop the cam and see if that.
Yeah, it always acts like it's better, but it's not. Okay, so that's just going to have to do.
Check, check, check. Do I
You
sound
hear?
any better?
Okay, Carrie hears you good, and yeah, she does do a great job. She's very funny. I think she should do her own podcast. That's just me. Are you coming back?
I'm right here.
I can't see you.
I turned the
Okay.
cam off to see if that helped with the audio.
Okay, everyone could hear you and see you clearly. So it's just on
Okay.
my end. I have some crap going on here. Okay. All right.
Maybe you got too many windows open.
Okay, so each of us had gotten into this drama
Mm-hmm.
just by I don't even know. I don't even know. Little like we all have a connection to something, to the same
Yeah,
people.
Sharon definitely started it because she was
Perfect. You sound perfect right now. Okay.
okay. Excellent, excellent. Had me worried. So Sharon's basically started all this because she was mad that the show didn't. She embarrassed herself on my show. Went on a smear campaign against me. Basically, was trying to make me out to be a pedophile. I was trying to groom her daughter. She ran to Xiaomi because she knew I had a problem with Xiaomi because Xiaomi was talking shit about me. But then she went on like their show and they roasted her. So then she ran to you.
She
And
ran to
then,
me, yeah. And I
yeah.
didn't know her. I had no idea about any of the
Mhm.
past history. I didn't watch your show back then. And so yeah, I was kind of bothered
Mhm.
because she kind of attacked me after that, saying that I made her look bad. And I said, "What are you
Mm.
talking about?" I said, "I was on your
You made
side. I was
yourself
for
look
you."
bad. Yeah.
I said,
She's just a dirty rat.
I was really hurt by that because I spent maybe an hour and a half with her and talking with her. And then she turned around and kind of attacked me. And so I was like, what the hell? And so I said, well, I'm not having her on my show again. Fuck that.
Hmm.
And then off and on throughout the years, she's either your friend or she's not. Like she's
Yeah.
for you, or then she'll turn on you viciously. And you're like,
Well,
what the hell did I
that's
do
the
to
thing.
you?
When I started having beef with some of my former friends, like Red Pool Jack and all that kind of stuff, she wormed her way in there, and um, before she was like trying to make me out to be like a pedophile, and then she wanted me to be her white knight, and saying like, "Oh, Susie and these people are constantly calling CPS on me." So that's how all that started.
Were they calling CPS on her?
Susie wasn't, but Lisa was. Brutally Lauren was. But then the thing is, Sharon was calling CPS on them as well.
Yeah, that's where it kind of started. That's where I kind of tuned out and I said, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Because as it was, I could have called the authorities on all of those bitches,
Mhm.
and I thought, okay, do I want to go down this road of getting people arrested and going to court and calling
Yeah.
CPS? Or I said, fuck that. This is
And
bullshit.
then
And so I just, yeah.
at some point I got involved with Jasmine. I met her through Facebook. When Roger Barr did that pull
At
that
least
stunt
sidewalk.
he pulled that stunt with my address. Jasmine reached out to me and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for what these people did to you. Like, are you okay?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
that's how Jasmine came into it. I didn't even
yeah,
know who she was. And then she started coming on your channel.
yeah,
And then she
yeah."
was like,
I've
Mrs.
seen her around on Facebook. Didn't really engage her much, but then after I had a falling out with Jamie's corner and whatnot,
At least sidewalk.
you know.
I didn't know who she
Jamie's
was.
corner, yeah, Jamie's corner, Jamie McIntyre. She wasn't my girlfriend, but she was my friend, and
I was her
you
friend
know,
too. I loved her. I still
and
am
well,
fond of her, but she hates me.
we had a falling out, and at the time, Jamie was acting scorned, getting like tattoos of Gun Squad, and acting like hanging out with Jamie and JB Gunner to piss me off, doing shit like that. But it was during that time that I got
Gunner.
involved with Jasmine. I started, hitting on her, and then it got sexual right away. And then she said that she was in an open marriage, and it's okay for her to fuck and shit like that. And yeah,
I
um,
just knew her from Susie. I think her
mhm.
and Susie were friends. And then and that was it. I was like, okay, there's a
I think
new
she just
person.
followed Susie because nobody really knew who she was except for maybe Shannon Marshall. Like I said, I just knew her from Facebook,
How
and
does Shannon Marshall know her?
uh,
I
I don't know. You'll have to ask Shannon. I really don't
haven't
know.
talked to her.
I really
I
don't
don't.
know the background. I just know that she was friends with Shannon Marshall at some point. She followed the Corey Feldman, Corey Haim drama.
Mhm.
She was friends with Greg Harrison. She claims she knows Corey Haim, but through all the time I've known, she hasn't shown any. And I never asked for proof.
Yeah,
I didn't care whether or not she knew Corey Haim or not. But
I have no idea because I don't know where she lives, but I know that Corey Haim mainly was in Canada or Los Angeles. And so I don't know how she met him. I know that I met him in
well,
LA, of course, but that was a long ass time
she
ago.
used to work as a set dresser, and I think
Oh,
she got these jobs through her uncle, which is William Forsythe. And I do know for sure that her uncle is William Forsythe because she's shown proof of that. She's shown family photos and shit where he's there with her family members. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that's probably how she met
And
him.
to be
Hi,
honest, like
Patrick.
me being a film buff, I thought that was cool that I
Oh
knew
yeah.
this girl that had a semi-famous. Well, he's like not really, really famous, but he's well known enough. He's a respected actor, and he definitely has a following due to doing those Rob Zombie movies. And Jasmine worked on the set of Halloween. She has pictures of herself with Rob Zombie. So yeah.
Shannon said she didn't really know her. Shannon said she didn't really know her. Hi, Chatter Legion. Yeah, I don't know if she knew him or not. Who knows? If there's pictures, I would love to see those. But if not,
Yeah,
it's
I've
you
never
know,
seen any
I don't.
pictures. I never seen any receipts that they knew her. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't care. But
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm
It's like,
starting to think it's bullshit because just based on things that she said, like she once told me that she could have had Corey Haim if she wanted. She could have boinked him, but she's not into short guys. She likes tall guys like me, you know.
oh, okay. So she's trying to get with you. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
He is around 5'7", 5'8", I think.
Yeah.
He was. I didn't think he was that short. I think Corey Feldman was way shorter than him. I thought it seemed that way.
Well, I'm
I don't know.
6'2", so they're both
Oh yeah,
midgets
you're pretty
compared to
freaking
me.
tall. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're way towering over them. Charlotte Legion. Yeah, so I don't know how Shannon met. I don't know how anyone met anyone, to be honest. It was like it started off with like me, Bunny, um,
The Twitter bitches.
the Twitter bitches. Yeah, it was like I was on because of Greg Harrison and
Mhm.
Judy from Facebook. I think you were around back then. You remember when it first
Yeah.
started, where it was like Judy was like, "Somebody help me! He keeps talking about my son, and nobody will speak out." And I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on? She's like, I go, do a YouTube video. She goes, I don't want to do that. I'm not that type of person. I said, oh,
Judy Haim actually asked you to do the YouTube video?
yes, I
Oh.
have the receipts for that. Yeah. She said, will you do it? I said, God, I said, I never do YouTube. I'm not on YouTube.
And then at some point you were on Corey Feldman's side after that, saying that,
Yeah. And
Judy
then
Haim's
me
manipulator.
and Corey made up because Judy, after the whole suicide, the whole horrible night, the suicide, I had got taken to the hospital, you know, I got doxxed. I was like made fun of. It was just a nightmare. And then Judy just turned on me. She just stopped talking to me. And I think she unfriended me. I can't remember. And I was like, what? I said, I did all this for you and you're just going to unfriend me. And I'm not mad at her. Don't, big deal. I understand. She just didn't want the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, when I started doing this, there's a lot of freaking drama. Twitter bitches,
Mm-hmm.
And so, then Corey reached out to me through his publicist, Sammy. And so we talked it out. He goes, what the hell happened? Why did you turn on me? I said, because first off, I hadn't talked to you in like 2 or 3 years. And second off, you were hurting Judy. So I told him the whole story. I said, well, Judy, didn't want you talking about her, Corey. And I understand you guys were best friends. I was there. I saw it. They were together like every day back in the day. So, and I would have to take Corey home sometimes, Corey Haim, because he didn't have a car yet. And his mom wanted him home. He wasn't allowed to stay over at Corey Feldman's house. So I don't know how the whole thing happened with the molestation or what
There
happened.
was also some drama involving somebody that might possibly be Corey Haim's illegitimate son.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. I remember that coming up.
When I briefly had like Lisa in my server, she was posting pictures of this kid, and I'm like, and Charisse Van Horn was like messaging me asking like if I plan to do videos about this. I'm like, I don't care about Corey Haim or his illegitimate. I don't give a shit about any of that shit.
Right?
That tabloid shit.
Charisse Van Horn is someone I never talked to, never met. We were never like, and who else was I never? There's certain people that
By
I
the
was
way,
like,
she's a nutcase, Charisse Van Horn, who's like acting as Corey Feldman's unofficial publicist, whatever.
well, she was doing stories about him, and she was a journalist, I guess, celebrity journalist, and I don't even know how she got that job. I don't know.
She's not a journalist. I can't really say, but
I don't know her
at
all.
Let's just say I heard her say that she's not a journalist. We'll just keep it at that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her, but all these people, like, she was getting involved in all this bullshit.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to fight with
Yeah,
Feldman anymore.
a journalist doesn't get personally involved with her subjects
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard.
or
There's just some
insert
nude
herself
pictures.
everywhere. She's just a nutcase.
Didn't you guys have like a little sexting kind of thing going on?
We flirted and sexted. I was being a male slut at the time, and this was
Okay,
before.
that's how the dick's pics of you got out, wasn't it? Because of
It
her?
was because of her.
Oh my God.
It was because of her. So I'm gonna get right into that, right? So this was around the time when I was like,
You cried in court.
for it was
Who brought
like
me up? Who brought me
just a
up?
little before I started like getting really involved with Jasmine.
Really quick, Sarah, who brought me up? Uh, she was not a journalist. They have it on. Oh my gosh. Then I don't know how she gets her stories out there. I think she manipulates things around.
She's a glorified blogger. That's what she is.
Charisse did? Oh my gosh. I don't even know her. She needs to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I've never talked to that woman. I think she wrote me once through email. And
Well,
she was like, "Oh, I need you for court."
She's a psychopath.
Yeah, like I don't know. She has like 7 kids or something. I don't even know.
I don't know how many kids she has. I don't want to know. All I know is that she was a married woman. She approached me sometime claiming that her and Sarah Barrett were the victims of Nathan Forrest Winters and Bobby Wolf. And then when she explained how that they were victims, it sounded to me that whatever was going on was consensual, that it's like it's none of her business. Like she was just complaining about, well, he jacks off with women on his webcam. I'm like, so do I. Like it's none of your business. You just
I
sound like a
know, it's none of your business.
Yeah.
Who doesn't jerk off on the webcam? I mean, come on.
Right? Come on. Everybody does it.
I used to be a webcam girl back in the day. Yeah, I mean, that's what people
so
do.
did Jasmine.
So did Jasmine. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's great. I mean, if you have it, just do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it for a book. Sometimes you do it because it's good money.
Yeah.
We were the victims of him not texting us
I didn't
back.
pay for that shit. I got it for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have somebody like, God, you got a lot of people, a lot of women that became obsessed with you and would send you pictures.
I'm not that good looking. I don't know why.
You're handsome, but you have like this charm and charisma that women are attracted to. And so you end up being in these situations. And then, yeah, you have to be careful though, because they will send that shit out everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's I think that's why I became afraid of women, because I just know how cuckoo they are. That's why.
Yeah.
Remember at the time I was MGTOW, was anti-marriage. I want to be single forever, right? I just want to play around.
I was fascinated by MGTOW. I did videos on, and that's how I think another reason why you came at me, because you were like, you don't know shit about MGTOW.
I didn't really come at you about the MGTOW stuff, but it was those other guys from the MGTOW community. Here's the thing about MGTOW on YouTube. It really became a cult. And there was a lot of bullshit on YouTube regarding MGTOW, because a lot of these guys that talked about MGTOW on YouTube, when they became really big channels and when they got monetized and when it became a business, then they started spewing a lot of crap. Then they started like pandering, and then it became about selling sex dolls and sex toys to like lonely incel type men. And the problem was a lot of these so-called MGTOWs weren't actually MGTOW. They were incels that were using the MGTOW label
to sell sex toys and stuff, to get the lonely guys
to sell sex toys and stuff. But basically, you have a platform to just bitch about women in general, right? It just became the He-Man woman haters club, right? Which wasn't what MGTOW was supposed to be. It was supposed to be about men who wanted to remain single. That's what it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be I hate women and and I want to be celibate. That's not what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be, that the idea behind it was that marriage was like a raw deal for men, that there really isn't anything in it for them anymore.
There's no benefits.
Men have more to lose than they have to gain by getting married, because when
it's kind of true, actually. Yeah.
Because when they get married, they can lose half their shit. They can lose their children, right?
See, I
just
agreed with a
because.
lot of what McToast
And I
stood
was
for.
thinking, like, well, what's the point? If you stay single, you can just break up with somebody and not have to ask for a
Demon
judge's
preacher.
permission and whatnot. You can just go, you know what? Let's break up. Let's just walk away from each other,
I always
right?
thought that too. I was always against marriage because of that,
Yeah.
because I thought, God, there's paperwork involved and the government's involved. And, if I have a
It's
kid, I
legal.
could lose
It's
custody.
legalized prostitution. It's what people get butt hurt when I say that and saying like
It's true, though. It
kind
is.
of say that's not an attack on women. I'm not saying women are whores, and that's why marriage
No,
is
well,
legalized
people attack
prostitution.
prostitutes and then or people that get things from men by
Mhm.
fucking them. But what did wives do? The wives do the
Mhm.
same thing. They go,
It
oh,
is
you
the
know
same
what? I want a
thing.
new car, so I'm gonna have to fuck my husband some,
Yeah,
whatever.
well,
It's
and
we're all prostitutes. We all are
pro-
in a way.
see, I'm glad you admit it. You're all
We're all
prostitutes. You heard it
prostitutes.
right here on the Lauren Show.
Okay, here, Sarah's gonna take that clip and then like blast me if we ever get in a fight. Love
You
you,
better
Sarah.
stay on her good side then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're all
That's gonna be
prostitutes.
blasted all over. But it's
But
true though. I think that we all have that. What's going on with my channel?
but yeah, prostitution,
That's good, Carrie.
prostitution. It's an honest living. That's how I feel about
It
it.
should
Right?
be legal. I think so.
It should be legal, and there should be like a red light district. There should be protection for women who are in that industry, so they're not
Absolutely.
operating outside of the law and putting themselves at risk for serial killers and
That's what I'm
rapists
saying. Women, yeah. I think that in other countries, I think like
and for
Amsterdam.
and male sex workers as well. We need protection for them as well, and then we need
Yeah,
screening. We need regular
absolutely.
STD
Testing.
checks. Yeah, safe sex, right? But yeah,
YouTube met someone don't think I've ever come across
prostitutes
you before. Thank you, Chatter Legion.
they provide an
Yeah,
honest
look
living,
is
yeah,
I
I
think
think there should be an option to go to, like especially for a guy like me, where I really don't want to go through the dating thing, right? If I just wanted sex, I just want sex, and I don't want to have to get it from somebody by going through a bunch of bullshit and
and the women that do that, they some of them are trafficked. This is the reason why there is human trafficking, because they could get away with it because it's not legal. And so they take these women that young women that don't want
Mhm.
to be there, don't want to do it, and they become their pimp, and then they human traffic them. And I think that would decrease, even though some people may disagree with me, if it was legal. You
Mhm.
know, you guys should have a weekly show together. That'd be fun. Uh, Lauren, sorry. Chatter Legion, thanks for coming. No kids either. Right, Sarah. Okay, sorry, I'm reading all the comments. Okay, so when
Not
let's
even
just
paying attention to me. You're being distracted by the chat.
yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get back into it. So when Bobby Wolf came onto the scene and Sharon, okay, Bobby Wolf came onto the scene. He started talking to me and he's like, "So what's going on with this? What's going on?" I said, "Oh, just Corey Feldman. He's, doing
Mhm.
this or that." And then he got into it and then he started this little like movement. This little
Yeah.
he's amazing. I still feel like he could have a hit show if he just kind of like dropped the bullshit, you know what I mean? Like
Well, I
he
think
had a good thing going.
getting involved with certain people ruined the Monster Hunters.
Yeah, it turned into this really toxic
Charlize Van
environment.
Horn, right, was very toxic. She didn't need to be involved. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's a psycho.
Who?
Charlize Van Horn.
I don't know. Like I said, I have no
Yeah.
idea who she is. We've never been friends. We've never talked, except for
Well,
that
yeah,
time she
like I
tried to
said,
get me
she
involved in
approached
a
me on
lawsuit.
Twitter and tried to make Bobby Wolf and Nathan Forrest Winters out to be rapists, and she was including Sarah's name in that. So I thought she was friends with Sarah, but then apparently she's obsessed with Sarah and hates her. But like I shouldn't have fooled around with her and whatnot. I kind of knew she was crazy, but I
She
thought
is obsessed with Sharon. I
me
mean,
me being
Sarah. That's weird. Yeah.
I guess because of my ego, I thought that I could fuck around with this bitch
This is
and
that one.
and be safe, that that I won't get dick dogs like that. But I
Mm.
did. Live and learn.
Yeah.
Don't fool around with women that are crazy.
But those are the fun ones, people say. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The ones, the crazy ones. You know how men are always like, you date a crazy person, a crazy woman. I think they said that about God, who was it? Did they
Well,
say that
it's
about?
true because crazy women tend to be sluttier, and they're down to doing things that men like. And the crazy
Mhm.
women are really good at the love bombing, right? Because especially like these borderline women, right? When they like you, they really like you, and they're like, they make you feel like you're the king, right? And worship the
Yeah,
ground
that's true.
and that's how Jasmine was like, she really got me with the love bombing. It was
Who
like,
was in court yesterday?
hmm?
Was there a court yesterday? Who cried in court? Sharon?
Really? Yeah, well, we shouldn't be talking about court at all, actually.
Okay, so
If
just
if
get off that
anybody's
subject.
talking about court in the chat, just ignore the questions. I don't want to even
Okay.
address that.
Yeah, see, this is the thing I was talking about. Like, how the fuck did it end up here where people are in court? I
Yeah,
remember
well,
when
I,
Sharon
I
went to
would
court
like I
first.
would like to get into all that, but I can't. I
Yeah,
really
okay,
can't
so
because it's
yeah,
ongoing.
let's not go there. Let's not go there. Okay, so what about JB? Like, I didn't even know anything about him, but then there's all this shit that
GB
started
Gunner
there.
GB Gunner was a poser from the MGTOW community, right? He
Oh,
was
okay.
he was claiming to be MGTOW, and he was also claiming to be single, that he's not married, but in actuality, he was married to Chrissy Collins the whole time they were living together. He was hiding her from his audience because he didn't want them to know about her, and he was like beating her almost on a constant basis.
Oh, I did see a video of him making his kid stick his head into a trash can, and that
Yeah,
horrified me.
that was
That
Chrissy's
was
kid.
like, what? That was so evil. The kid was just crying, and
Well,
I
and
thought,
that was one of the reasons why I was getting pissed off the MGTOW community. I'm like, so this is who you fucking support, you MGTOWs, this woman beater and child abuser, and you're entertained by his drunk streams, like you people are a bunch of incel fucking morons.
I never got into that. I never became part of his little crew. But I remember hearing about it or getting videos of him doing
Mhm.
fucked up shit.
Yeah,
And then, what about this doctor? What's his name? Well, who's the doctor that was writing prescriptions and then he became this, like, who is he? Does
internet
anyone know?
troll.
Who was the doctor that's everyone that he's supposed to go to court soon? Sarah?
Yeah, well, like I just said, I'm not going to be talking about court stuff and getting
Okay,
into
we're not
all
talking about court.
that.
Okay, so let's talk about JT. He's another one that just gets laid all the time by these crazy women.
Yeah. Well, he
What's the
seems he seems to I guess has a weird fetish. He wants to collect all ugly, deformed, mutated women. I don't know. I guess he gets off on messing around with these retarded women like Sharon and Gina, and then so that he can laugh
JT
about it
is funny.
later.
Yeah, how many has he collected so far? Like, I feel like
I don't
he's
know.
fucked
I
all
don't.
these YouTube bitches.
I don't know. I really don't care about all that stuff that
Okay, he
he
saw
does.
Sharon, and who else was there? There was
Gina.
Gina, but Gina's cool as fuck. I don't know why she did that, but then he could be charming, I guess.
Nah, Gina's not cool as fuck.
I like Gina.
Gina
What?
is a crazy bitch, and I really don't want to get into any more of that.
So he was with Gina. He was with Sharon. Who
Yeah.
else?
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you this about Gina. All right,
Okay, what
Gina
happened with Gina?
Gina did try to come on to me and was like, because the subject of Charisse and her emails came up, and then she said, "Oh, it really turned me on when you said you were hardcore," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am hardcore." And then she was like, "Oh, do you want to see these pictures of what they were
Oh,
sharing of me?" And I'm like, "Okay, whatever. I want to see." So she sends me like these nude pictures of herself, right? That were
Gina
posted.
did?
Gina did that were posted on her prostitution site, and I'm like, and I found her hideous. I actually literally threw up in my mouth when I saw these pictures of her. I wasn't turned on at all, but I was polite, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're sharing of you. Well, it shows what kind of people they are, right? So then she like took a screenshot of our exchanges, and somehow it ended up in Jasmine's possession, and they were trying to show that as proof that I was cheating on Jasmine, right?
Oh,
So
because Gina sent you pictures.
yeah,
I
And
don't know. I don't
even
know
at the
anything about
time,
that. I
Jasmine
like
was
Gina.
like, "There's no sexting going." Even Jasmine said, "There's no sexting going on here. What the fuck?" But no, I happen to know that Gina did a bunch of fucked up shit to JT, going to JT's, you know, ex-wife or ex-woman or whatever, some woman he's living with, because she was scorned. She had a grudge against JT now, and like she was basically acting just like Sharon. So yeah, I don't think Gina's cool as fuck. I'm not gonna let anything slide when it comes to her. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm cool with her just because I'm cool with Sarah and Sarah's cool with her. Like, I don't give a shit. I'll speak my mind. You know.
Yeah, she's never done anything to me. I don't know. All I know is that she hooked up with JT and then he hooked up with like two other people, but I can't remember who they were.
Gina's a married woman and she's a prostitute, so she has no space to complain about JT. If JT
Yeah.
doesn't want to be with her, then like she shouldn't have been obsessed and unhinged and contacting Shauna.
I don't know what the hell happened there. I hadn't been keeping, I don't
Yeah.
know. All I know is that she's hasn't done anything to me. She's been very
Mhm.
nice to me. But as far as JT goes, I like JT. I think he's funny. I think he does. He cracks me up like who said it? Carrie said that. Yeah, there's something about him that's just very funny. But at the same time, he does collect YouTube women. And
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know why. And he's supposed to have a girlfriend. Gina's husband came on
Well,
Sarah's panel. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I did see that one where Gina's husband came on Sarah's panel
yeah,
and
he's
screamed
a
at
loser.
everyone. I don't know him either. I don't know anything about him. Yeah, he's one of a kind. He's definitely special. But I remember I named him Troll of the Century. And then he
Yeah.
started using that. That made me laugh. I was like, okay, that's just awesome that he admits that he's kind of the troll of the century. Because I used to every week I would have I would highlight a troll. And I can't believe I was even in that place, where it was like,
Yeah,
what's he smoking?
he was proud of that label.
Yeah. So he took it like a badge of honor. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm a troll century. And I was like, that's
Mhm.
awesome. Yeah. Like, how could you be mad at someone like that? He was pissed that he was called troll of the century. That's funny. I didn't
He
know
was
that.
pissed. I thought he was calling himself that because he enjoyed that label.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I thought, okay. But yeah, I would highlight a troll
Yeah.
and
Oh, well,
then
like he is a troll. We've had our back and forth, right? And that's all water under the bridge.
I think he's fought with everyone here or everyone in
Mhm.
this YouTube world. I laughed when Percy came on Sarah's panel and yelled at everyone. Yeah, Percy could be very funny, and she gets this. Yeah, she's good at like going off on people. But I had this brief friendship with her where she was just really funny and cool and supportive and a cool person. So
Until
I'm
she
not gonna
turns
say
on you.
she turns. Yeah, I don't know why she does that, but she will like.
Well, she's just like her skank friend Lisa. They
Who's
just kind of
Lisa?
like Lisa Costabile. You
Oh,
haven't seen Duckface?
I love Duck. I saw one of her shows and I loved her because she made me laugh. But I've never been friends with her. We've never interacted before ever. It's
My
always
my
like,
first intro. Well, I don't think you'd love her if you found out like what she was saying in my server the first time I met her. Right? People wanted me to boot her out because she was talking about blackmailing Roger Barr.
ooh, I didn't know that.
Well, and
I don't
like
know.
even though I had no reason to like Roger Barr at the time because he was doxing me and trying to intimidate me, it was like we're not down with fucking blackmailing people. So I
No.
gave her the boot.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about her, but I know that she has that side of her where you don't want to fuck with her because she will do some fucked up shit like that. But at the same time, there's people that have
And
called
she's just
CPS on her.
always overly sexual and throwing out signals to every man. Like the first thing she did when she joined my server was like, "So who wants to give me dick pics?" Right? I just found her really, really trashy, and I'm like, "This is Jamie McIntyre's friend, really?"
Oh,
Because
Jamie's friends with her?
Jamie was friends with her for a little while, and now they're not.
So now she's just friends with Percy. Her and Percy are BFFs.
Her and Percy are friends with Fire Ice Witch right now, my ex.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
I don't know any of
they're
this.
getting in, and well, yeah, they're Sharon's involved too.
Spitfire. I love her. I love Tammy. Um, so they're the little group. So it's Percy, it's Fire,
Mhm.
it's what's her name? Who's in the little group? Who's Buddy Buddy?
Brutally Lauren, Lisa.
I like Brittany Lauren, and that's what's sad. I've always liked her. She kind of came in early as well, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Brutally Lauren is the source of all the fuckery that's gone on in all these years. Like, no matter who she's with, she's fucked over Susie. She's fucked over Lycan Theory. She's fucked over everybody that she's been friends with, right? She'll pretend to be your friend to your face, and then behind your back, she'll be like helping other people dox you and shit like that, and going after your kids, and then acting like she's not involved, right? And she has this friendship with this schmuck named Brutal Mafia, this fucking beaner, fucking wannabe gangster guy
I heard
who's
about the
just
guns.
he's trying to intimidate people with guns, and all he does is follow people around in chats and harass them. That's all he does with his life, and he has all this time 24/7 to spend on multiple devices.
And she's friends with him.
Yes, well, he does all this shit for her, and right now he's pretending to be Fire Ice Witch's new boyfriend, right? But here's the funny thing. Well, this whole thing is something she concocted that she thought, I'm like, oh, this will make Patrick jealous, right? But
Uh-huh.
it's like, no, you can't make me jealous because I don't have feelings for you anymore. I don't like you anymore. Now I just think you're fucking pathetic. And you using this guy to try to make me look jealous and make me look like a cuck.
And his
It
name's
only
Brutal
makes me
Mafia.
Brutal Mafia, yeah. It only makes me laugh now. But get this, they've never even met. They've never met each other. They've been pretending like, oh, they've already met up already and had sex and all that stuff. There's no pictures of them together. They haven't met each other. They're not moving in together. It's all bullshit. He wasn't in Arizona when she claimed he was, because he was actually somewhere on the East Coast, and I think he's actually somewhere in New York, to be honest.
I
But
don't know any of these people. I don't know
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
All I
like I
know
said,
is that
well, if you're friends with Brutally Lauren, I would suggest you unfriend her right away and get the fuck away from her.
I haven't talked to her. And the thing is, when everything first started happening, she was in the scene, and I really liked her.
Well,
And then
like I
when she
said,
started doing her own thing, she started this
all the
like,
drama that came when all
mhm,
these weird women started getting involved in the manosphere, all the people that were all up in
yeah.
the Corey Feldman, Corey Haim drama, and all these people, like, I went to war with everybody. I'm like, no, keep these women out of our fucking manosphere. We don't need their fucking drama. They've already got a bunch of fucking drama on their side,
It's kind
and
of
I don't
true.
want. And I don't want,
That's
like, I already
funny.
heard about Lauren Axelrod with her Twitter bitches, and
Twitter bitches.
I keep hearing things about Susie. So I'm like, no, get these fucking women out of here. That's why, like,
That's when it all started.
everybody,
It was the Twitter
everybody
bitches and
thought, well,
me.
everybody
Yeah,
thought I was doing this because I was salty, and it was like,
too
no,
late.
or like I was jealous that these women were hanging around them. It was like, no, these women came to me first. And then I rejected them. I said, no, I don't want to, I had you on before, and with this Lauren Axelrod shit, and then I had people approaching me wanting to talk about Sharon, and I was like, no, I'm fucking done with this
Spirit
shit.
Finder. That's right. That's when it kind of started. Hi, Spirit Finder. Um, I remember, yeah, the only people I kind of knew was Tammy, and Carrie was around, and yeah, it was when we started. People started talking
Mhm.
about.
Well, let me tell
Uh,
you about Brutally Lauren, right? I knew right away that she was a psycho because she was commenting on my BitChute videos and then commenting on my YouTube videos to let me know that she was commenting on my BitChute videos. And I'm like, oh man, she's really fucking desperate for my attention. And then I click on one of her videos, and to me, she just looked like a nutcase. She was alone, giggling to herself in her car, pitch black at night. And I'm like, what the fuck? This woman's like, coked out of her mind. I want nothing to do with this bitch. So I ignored her comments. And then the next thing I
Hi,
hear
Jamie.
is I'm hearing that she's complaining about me, saying, "Oh, I talked to this guy Shangi and said that I was a child sexual abuse survivor, and then I wanted to come on his show to talk about being a CSA survivor, and he just didn't care. And I'm like, this conversation didn't happen at all. She wanted to come on my show to talk about Sharon, and that's why I ignored her. There was
Because at the
nothing about being a CSA survivor and all that kind of shit. She was just, that. And then I started noticing a pattern of her like doing that. If she wants to get involved with somebody and they reject her, then she holds a grudge and starts stalking these people. She's basically one big stalker. She stalks everybody and wants to know all the personal details about everybody that she comes in contact with.
Really, she's never done that with me, and I was
Oh,
like when she had her own show where she
I'm
was like
sure
a
she has, but
yeah,
you're just not aware of it yet.
yeah, that's true. I liked it when she had her
Because
own
let
little
me tell
private
you something.
investigation show.
She was
It was
friends with Barbara Plaisance, right? And Barbara Plaisance shared some
Mhm.
personal details with her, like about her son and stuff. And then when Barbara fell out with JB, first, Brutally Lauren was acting like she was helping Barbara, to expose JB or um, do something with it because like JB was doxing Barbara and threatening her. But at the same time, she was helping JB to dox Barbara. And then stuff about her kid started getting leaked, and that was because of Brutally Lauren.
yeah.
So, and there was one incident where like Brutally Lauren let it slip that when she was working at ADT Security, she was using their security system to see if she was if she was an ADT customer and was trying to find out her address.
Who was what
Brutally Lauren.
was trying to do that?
She worked at ADT Security and used the company's computers to try and see if she can find Barbara's address.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. So for what reason though? Why would she do that?
Because she's a nutcase.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to convince you here, or let you realize that no, she is not cool as fuck. She's not a good person. She's a really evil, despicable fucking person. That's why she's involved with Fire Ice Witch right now. That's why she's involved with these people. Well, you know what kind of people Brutally Lauren hangs out with? They're all drug addicts and fucking degenerates. Um, she hangs out with this guy Tommy Guns who assaulted his own mother, tried to smother his baby mama with a pillow. He
What?
spat on his ex-wife.
I've heard that name before, Tommy Guns. I haven't
Yeah.
been in a show. What she encouraged her friends to do out there. Uh, yeah, I don't know anything about her. We don't talk personal.
Well, also there's another incident with Brutally Lauren where somebody dropped dead in her garage. Right. It was a junkie. It was like a family friend of theirs that
Oh,
babysat
fuck.
her daughter. Right. So you know what she does when somebody drops dead in her garage? She snaps a picture of them, of the coroners taking the body away in a body bag and loading it up into
Oh my
the,
God.
the hearse
She took a
there.
picture and then she posted the picture?
She sent the picture to Susie.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
Oh, that's brutal.
And then when confronted about that, she's like, "Oh, I thought it'd be good for my addiction streams."
Oh,
So no
God.
respect for the dead, no respect for other people's privacy, personal space, whatever. This woman just invades everything.
It's too
And
bad that she did that. It's too bad that I'm hearing all of this because, like
she's
I
yeah,
said, like
she's a
she
goddamn
had
criminal.
she had this talent for like doing those shows, those particular like, crime shows, and she was doing really well.
Oh, she's a
And
fucking idiot.
I had
Those
no
commercials
idea
are
that
stupid as
all of this
hell.
other stuff was going on. But you know what? Yeah, she's a flip-flopper.
She's
Yeah,
a
I'm
flip
not gonna.
flopper. She's a fucking idiot. She's a degenerate. She's a fucking oxy snorting bitch.
I don't know about any of that. I don't know shit. I told you when we would talk a few times and you would say, "Oh,
Mhm.
this and that," and I say, "What?" And like you're like, "You don't know shit, do you?" I'm like, "No,
Mhm.
I don't know anything."
Mhm.
You would say that to me, and I'd be like, "No, I." She thinks it's funny about 8 years old, about an 8-year-old getting raped. What did she do?
Yeah, that's another
She laughed.
thing. So another video was of them, she's on a panel with my ex girlfriend, Fiery Switch, American Dream, and Tommy Guns, and Brutal Mafia, and they're American Dream is telling tall tales about, like in theory, getting molested by his mom when he was 8, and
Wait,
they're all
what?
laughing about that shit. Yeah. So there's a really disturbing clip where they're all like laughing and thinking it's funny to talk shit about an 8-year-old getting raped.
Oh my
Right. They're
gosh.
making this up, by the way. They're just slandering Jamie and basically saying that he was fucked by his mom. Well, meanwhile, getting on a soapbox and virtue signaling, saying they're making pedophilia jokes and they're racist. Meanwhile, Fire Ice Witch is using the N word. Brutally Lauren's using the N word,
Oh my god, that's
and
horrible.
they're laughing about an 8-year-old getting raped.
Oh fuck. I'm just taking this all in. It's crazy. Is it legal in Canada to smoke pot? I'm not trying to
Yes,
get you in trouble, but yeah, good.
yes,
I remember hearing that. I was like, cool, all right, Canada.
yes. I got it from a store.
That's awesome.
You, you can
It's
walk
about
into a
time.
store and get a selection, and yeah.
Yeah, the hypocrisy. Yeah, it's like they're allowed to say that, but when you do it, it's yeah. I don't know anything. I'm gonna have to start watching some of these shows to find out what's really going on.
Yeah, well, you should
Videos you
check out
made,
my
videos clip.
channel because I
Send me a link. Chatter Legion. Chatter Legion. Yeah, send me a link of that because I want to see that clip. I didn't know anything about that. All I know is that we haven't blocked each other
mhm.
as far as Lauren, and we don't really talk. Here and there, she'll like say, "Hey, what's going on?" or
I
whatever,
I
and
would
that's
block
it.
her. If I were you, I would block her. Stay the fuck away from that bitch
Yeah, like
before
after
it's
I'm
too
hearing
late.
all this, but she hadn't done anything to me, and so because I had been out of the loop, because I haven't seen anything, maybe she would have eventually fucked me over, but I have no idea.
He's probably already fucked you over and you don't even know it.
Right? Yeah, I mean, because everyone knows that I'm not in these groups, in these chats, I've probably already been doxxed, talked shit about, whatever. I've already been fucked over.
Well, here's a
Who?
link to my channel.
How do I get people wrenches? Let me look. There says more right here.
So like I got a bunch of
Information.
things. I got a musical ponage about all of them. Fire Ice Witch called, like, here's the thing. Now Lisa and Fire Ice Witch are buddies, but Fire Ice Witch called CPS on Lisa.
Sorry, I have the flu. It might be COVID. I don't know. No wrench because Lauren is red piled. No wrench for what does that mean? Well, I'm not monetized, so that she
What's
put
what
you in
mean?
your place, Sarah. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, go on. I'm sorry. I saw a lot of your videos. I've been watching a lot of your videos. A lot of them are really
Yeah,
funny.
she reported Susie to Social Security and then became friends with her and then turned on her again. What else? She called the FBI on trim hits twice, and actually,
Trim hits. That's who the doctor I was talking about.
yeah,
Trim hits. Yeah. I don't know anything about him. We haven't had any
yeah.
interaction, which I guess is good. I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Like trim hits was like supposedly harassing her, and right, and that's why I was going hard at the guy. But I'm thinking now that she's the one with the crush on him, and she was definitely obsessed with him for a while because, like, as soon as he laid off her and the focus was on Sharon, she was like throwing herself at him and trying to be the guy's buddy.
I didn't know that. Trim hits. I know that a lot of things have happened surrounding trim hits.
Mm-hmm. But
So
like
Sarah, I'm not that
one
stupid.
particular call where she's on the phone with the FBI with them, she's making it sound like that this guy's going to kill her, and then she actually breaks down and starts crying,
Yeah, I heard that
like
one. I was
crocodile
like,
tears.
really? Trim hits did that? He threatened to kill her?
He
Yeah, I heard
didn't.
that one. But
He didn't.
The Susie's Social Security one I didn't know about. Why did she report her Social Security? What was that
I
about?
don't, I don't know. It was at the time that we were beefing with Susie over all the so-called bullying against Sharon, right? But I don't know why she went to the lengths of reporting her to Social Security. Like, she had all these things up in her mind that maybe Susie's defrauding Social Security and blah blah blah. Like, she knew nothing about Susie at this point, or right? She
Yeah.
was saying that like, oh, she's going by her maiden name because she's hiding her marriage from the government. She didn't report it. Like all this was in her head, and then she just assumes it's true. She gets a thought, oh, maybe blah blah blah, and then acts as if it's the truth. And
Why would she make a, in my mind, I'm thinking she's making like a list of people that she wants to report. But why though? Why does she do that?
I think honestly, she just gets off on drama. She's got nothing going on in her fucking life. She's in a loveless marriage, which is her own fucking fault.
How
And
long have they been married for?
I don't know. She says 12 years.
But he's from England, I guess. That's what I
From the
heard.
UK. My guess is she fed him a bunch of bullshit like she fed me and was catfishing him and using filtered pictures of herself to make herself look more attractive. And these filtered pictures are convincing. She does look a lot hotter in these pictures, but then when you
She has
meet
a
up,
hot face. She's got a beautiful face and all of
that's
that.
not what
So
she really looks like, though. That's not what she looks like when you meet her in person. Her
I don't
face
know.
looks nice in those filtered pictures.
Yeah, she looks beautiful. I don't know. I've never seen
Yeah,
her,
but
like the real her.
those are really clever filters. She makes
Mhm.
her face look skinnier. But when you see her in person, she's got arms bigger than mine, right? She got arms like this. They look like big Popeye arms. And
Does
it's
she work
fat.
out or is it like
No,
fat?
it's not like she's a bodybuilder. It's fat.
Oh,
She looks like the Michelin Man.
the
You know,
Michelin Man.
right?
That's funny. No, I've never seen her. I have no idea. I did see the video, the pictures of her from behind, and
Mhm.
I have no idea. You're gonna have to post
Mhm.
some pictures of her. I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know her at all. I know that once in a while she'd be really, nice to me in the chats. That's as far as I've gone with
oh,
her.
she talked a lot of shit about you.
Yeah, I can see that. I've heard that recently, and I'm like, I've done nothing to her. But like from what I've been hearing, she just does that to everyone, I guess. And so that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I did see a video of you. I remember when you first got together, and you were so happy because you're like, I'm finally
Mhm.
here, and then she came on for a minute, but then she went off and she was kind of giggling, and that's the
Mhm.
only video I've really seen of you guys together. Oh, and then Sarah posted the one of you guys, the awkward kiss when you guys
Mhm.
first met. That
Yeah.
awkward. I was like, what the hell? That was
Yeah,
weird.
well, when she came up the escalator, you could see she doesn't look the way she does in her pictures. She looks big and fat, and she was dressed
Hey,
horribly.
Danielle.
I don't know. Like now she talks shit about the way I was dressed and the way I looked, right?
You were just happy you were so cool. You're happy to see her and you wanted to give her a kiss and you fell in love with her legitimately, like online and
Mhm.
through all of this. And then
Yeah.
she was being kind of weird
Honestly,
about it.
I think I just fell for all the love bombing because she really made it seem like she cared about me. She loved me. She was sending me money, especially like at times when I really needed money. Like the
Yeah.
day my father got sick and almost died in the hospital, I didn't even have any cab fare, right? She sent me money through Western Union so I'd have some cab fare to get to the hospital.
Yeah. That was nice of her to do that. So I could
Mhm.
see why you legitimately thought that there was something
Well,
more
yeah,
there.
and there was somebody giving me emotional support while I was in the hospital, right? And
Mhm.
I think that's like the only time she's heard me come close to crying on the
How's your
phone.
dad doing?
He's still not well. He's like really weak, and he can't really go anywhere.
So you're
Um,
like the caregiver like I was. Yeah.
yeah, it's that situation now, right?
Yeah.
He can't go back to work. He's too sick.
Hmm.
He actually did die for and they brought him back
Oh my
that
God.
night. That's
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 terrible.
what I didn't know
I'm
until
sorry.
later. I heard he almost died, but I didn't hear until later that he was actually like dead for I
Yeah.
don't know, however, whatever length of time, and then they brought him back.
My
So
dad died for a minute
yeah,
too. It was really
Yeah.
scary.
So I almost lost him that night. I really don't. I really didn't realize how close that
Yeah, bring back
that
some
could have been
memories.
it, right? I thought he was
Yeah.
going to die that night, and I spent the night worrying about, about waiting for the hospital to get back to me because I was waiting there. I was waiting there in the hospital, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to leave him until he gets out of surgery, but at the same time, I haven't eaten. I need to get home. I'm
And then this whole time she's
tired. I'm exhausted,
fires
and
there for you at that time period when your dad.
I was on the phone with her, right? And that was part of the reason why I was going through these changes. And I'm like, I'm almost 40 years old. I've been living this, MGTOW delusion all this time, and that started thinking about what do I want in life? Do I want to be alone forever, or would I prefer to live with a woman? Right? I was thinking about changes in my life because of that.
Yeah, of course. I thought of the
What
same
am I
thing.
what am I gonna do after my dad dies, right? What's left for me? And she was like selling me on a bunch of bullshit. We can make this work, right? When you put your mind to anything, and I'm gonna be rich off this app, so I'm gonna have the money to be able to take care of both of us. And
What app?
she had this app she was working on called See Me. It's supposed to be like some motorcycle app, and I don't know what connect you to other motorcycles or let you know that if there's
Yeah.
another biker in the vicinity. I really don't see how this would have made her rich, but
So she is she doxing your parents?
yes,
Okay, what the fuck?
she doxed
Um,
my mother. Well, she only like doxed her Facebook, but the thing is, my mom doesn't like use her real name on Facebook or anything like that.
okay, so that's good. At least that's. But she tried to dox just your
But
mother or your dad too?
yeah, she can't dox him because she doesn't know anything about him and doesn't have a picture of him. But she put a picture of my mother out there on YouTube, and her boyfriend Brutal Mafia was making sock accounts with her picture on it. Right?
Oh
She's
my
just a
God,
fucking cunt.
that's horrible. I can't even
And
believe.
and mind you, like at this point, I hadn't retaliated yet, right? And then I started putting out videos going, "I'm warning you, I'm going to start fucking responding.
You're
You've
running.
already," because she was also committing revenge porn against me too. Charisse didn't just put out fucking pictures and videos. Eventually, Jasmine was giving shit to like Brutal Mafia to put in videos and giving them to people like Tommy Guns and all these fucking weirdos that hate French Dose, who's a friend of mine. And yeah, so things that I've given her and she asked me for, she's been giving it to those people. Like she really showed her true colors. And why is she doing this? Because she blames me for getting caught for doing this gay op against Sarah and Jamie.
What is it? A gay op? What is that?
When that gay op, that's sort of like our internet slang word for basically she was conducting a huge psyop. A lot of behind it. She was working with JT, Brutally Lauren, Brutal Mafia, those people, and I wasn't aware of any of this. This was going on behind my back.
Fuck.
But like she was supposed to be helping Sarah with her court case, and she was like pretending to be Sarah's friend. Well, at the same time, she's involved with these other people and giving them information about her and also sharing details about my court case with these people as well.
Fuck.
So she was tampering with both our court cases. When she sent me an email basically saying, "Oh, I'm pissed at you and never want to speak to you again, but I'm going to help you with your court case and blah blah blah. We should do this and this and this." And I wrote her an email back, and I was drunk, and I said, "You got a lot of nerve sending me this fucking email. It never occurred to you that I don't want to speak to you ever again. Don't." Oh yeah, I said, "Don't ever speak to me ever again." And then the next thing I'm finding out, she told JT and Sarah not to testify for me, and that's why they didn't show up.
Oh fuck. That is crazy. I know that you disappeared for a long time and you didn't even talk about her at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
you were just and But then once she started coming at you again and again and again,
Yeah,
then you had
yeah.
to
She
defend
started
yourself
doing
finally.
lives, talking about just trashing me, talking about me being impotent in the bedroom and shit like that. You know, saying that I wear dirty underwear with holes in it, and I, making fun of that I wear tidy whities, and just really immature, juvenile, fucking scorned high school girl shit, right?
And yeah, and you
And
weren't doing anything. You weren't saying anything about it. I
yeah, he
remember.
was already going around saying that I was plotting against her. Meanwhile, I had no idea what the fuck she was doing, right? I wasn't fucking pining over her like she thinks I was. This relationship, like the relationship was already over before she rage quit my server. That's what nobody knows. I actually broke up with her first. I got pissed off at her because she got involved with this guy named Mr. Unknown, who I know is a flip flopper, who has a tendency to just start calling me a pedophile after sucking up to me, right? And then he'll suck up to me again. It's like I didn't want to deal with that shit, but she's getting involved with that guy because Sharon was getting involved with him, and I was getting really fucking tired of her because she does all the complaining. Oh, I can't handle the drama. I want out. Right?
Yeah.
But then she's the one causing all this shit and keeping drama going. She
That's
was
what
the
I'm
one.
saying. Yeah, you weren't
She
even
was the
doing
one that
any
was
drama.
she was the one that was keeping shit going between me and Jamie, and she was like pushing me to go at JB. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore because when people start clapping back, you can't fucking handle it. I can handle the fucking, you know,
She's the one that released my videos at Jamie's Corner Nudes and all of your YouTube videos.
yes.
I was wondering who released that. I thought it was Sarah, and we got in a little fight like 3 months ago over it, and it was so stupid. But my video was out there on Jamie's Corner, and I thought, why is my video out? Who did this? You know? And Sharon tried to pit me and Sarah against each other. So Sharon's a part of their little group, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Sharon's
just
a
so I
part of
know.
it. Now Lisa is, Percy is. It's the Scorned Women's Club. And then she's involved with a bunch of people that have a grudge against my friend French Dose. Like, she's just a fucking scum bucket. She's
So
a
she's
coward.
compiling this little like group to
Yeah.
go up against you. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But you have your own
because
little
I,
group,
I
so
was the big bad troll that she was hiding behind, and she was on my dick. So now she thinks Brutal Mafia is like the next best thing. And it's like, this guy's a fucking clown. Just because you were afraid of these people doesn't mean I am. I'm not fucking threatened or intimidated by any of these people. I don't give a shit if people are showing guns on their fucking videos. I
I know,
like
like what are you gonna
she
do?
knows she
Like, are
knows
you gonna come? Are
she
you gonna
knows
shoot me?
nothing
Like,
about.
what's up?
No, well, I'm talking about even in real life, right? She knows nothing about what I've experienced in fucking life. I worked in a prison when I was 18. I've hung around fucking bad dudes. I've walked the street when people are shooting off guns in the middle of the fucking street.
Yeah.
Well, especially when I was 18 and thought I was fucking bulletproof, right? I did a lot of stupid shit when I was younger trying to be tough. So,
Always, yeah, that's just a front. I think that's her, that little group. They're just,
mhm,
yeah, it's kind of like I'm a badass. I have a gun. Well, we could all have
mhm.
a gun. So, well, except
Yeah,
can
well,
you're the
like I
candidate.
said, she was afraid of trim hits. She was afraid of brutal mafia. She was afraid of Lost Khajiit. Well, as it turns out, Lost Khajiit is just some stupid fucking kid that works at 7-Eleven,
Oh, I didn't
right?
know that.
This guy was pretending to be some fucking badass from South Africa who's 6'7" and 288 pounds and carries a gun and works for the fucking CIA or some shit, right? It was, and then when you hear the kid's real voice, it's definitely some American kid. Sounds really young, like maybe somewhere from 15 years old to maybe 19 at the 1920 at the most. And this brutal mafia guy who she claims
Either.
is her new boyfriend. Well, there's like a 15-year age difference between them, right? And she's going around calling people pedophiles now. I'm like, look, you seem to be the one that's catfishing younger men with a
Yeah.
huge age difference between you and them. You're 45 years old and you're acting like a scorned little bitch.
I don't know what her motivation is either, but so she's trying to act like you're the bad one and you're the one
Mhm.
putting out all the shit. But from what
Mhm.
I could tell, she was the one that has been doing it for a while. And then you just came up and decided to defend yourself. That's what I
Yeah,
saw. But I don't know what.
pretty much. Yeah, that's why I went
Yeah.
on Sarah's show because she was talking shit about
Mm,
what we did in the bedroom. I'm like, oh, let me tell you how it really was, right?
yeah.
I'll embarrass both of us.
Yeah. I
I
love
mean,
that show. That was funny when you and Jamie were reading out screenshots. That was a
yeah,
great one. Yeah. Yeah, Sharon, she always, I don't know, she picks the most chaotic side, like somebody said. Like Sharon
mhm,
always gravitates towards the chaos.
yeah. Well, and so
Um,
does Fire. And in
yeah,
fact,
I
there's
don't,
there's so many similarities between Sharon and Fire. Like Fire thinks she's so much better than Sharon and so much smarter, but in actuality, she's really just as dumb and just as much of a snake and just as
yeah, bad bro.
and thrives off the drama just constantly
Yeah,
because
it's like,
she's bored in her fucking boring life and needs YouTube as an escape from her shitty fucking life and her responsibilities. And you know
why is
what?
she
Fuck
still
her.
married to this guy if, why is she still married to the English guy if, I don't know.
Well,
I mean, if they're both not happy
he
and he,
depends on her because to stay in the country and plus she doesn't work. She needs somebody supporting her.
yeah, that's true. But also, hasn't he already gotten his green card? I mean, don't you get it after, what is it, like 6 years or something? I don't even know.
From what I understand, her and her aunt are his sponsor in America.
They're the sponsor, but they're married, so he should have a legal right to live in this country, right?
But
I don't know anything
if
about.
they're not married, he'll get deported, right?
No, not if he is legally married to her for a certain amount of time. I mean, how long do you have to be married to someone? How long do you have to be married to
I don't
someone to
know the
stay in the United
situation, but what
States?
I do know is that they're still married. She's not with this brutal mafia guy. She's still living with her husband, and she's not
Yeah.
moving out.
Okay, so I guess 7 years, I guess, as many people think. They think that. I don't know. Um, and like they're talking about common law marriage, but I was in a common law marriage and I walked away with nothing. And it's okay. I didn't want anything. But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. She's
But
making up lies about Kimberly Watkins
yeah,
saying her son got raped. Yeah, and Kim has been
and
out of
she's
it. She's not
slandering
even in it.
Barbara, and she's slandering Barbara's son. Like for 3 years, she was like
Yeah.
against all this stuff, and now she's doing it. She
So
was,
they're all luring her or like slandering people,
yeah,
making up lies for just the fuck of it. Why are they doing that, I wonder? See, this is what I'm here for right now.
because they're
Is what
scoring women. Lauren is in love with Jamie, like in theory, and she's always been jealous of the other women in Jamie's circle and sees Sarah as a threat, even though she's the reason Sarah and Jamie hooked up in the first place.
damn, I didn't know that either. So yeah, that's why she hates Sarah
Mm-hmm.
because her and
Well,
or Jamie are together.
and also she's being manipulated by my ex. That's part of
Yeah.
that too.
Oh God. I thought Percy was on you guys' side. I thought she was a part of everyone. I
Nope.
guess whatever. I'm just so confusing.
These people like to infiltrate other
Yeah, they
people,
like to.
pretend to
Yeah,
be people's friends, and then turn on them. And that's what Percy did. That's what Lisa did. Like Lisa's just a skank. She does shit just to get fucking attention. That's
yeah. I
where
don't know
her deal
Lisa
is.
at all.
Well,
At
yeah.
all.
Well, she's a
No.
slut, right? I remember when she was like, "Oh, I'll give you butthole pics if you kick Susie out of your server." I mean, she's just a fucking dirty bitch.
Says even though not only she married Jamie would never touch her. Yeah, Jamie would never touch her. I don't know. I don't know. I had no
Yeah,
idea. I remember when Jamie was
why would
friends with
Jamie want a
Lauren.
big fat coked out bitch who's married?
Yeah, she's married. She did a show with her husband, didn't she? Isn't the other Lauren married? Yeah, she is. She's married. They have kids, and they seem happy. I don't know. I don't know anything. So here I am, and
Yeah.
this is a really good study into the drama sphere.
Jasmine was married, and here's the thing, right? She always had me convinced that her husband knew, and that they were in an open marriage,
Mm.
and the husband was aware that I was talking to her. it was like, well, like, I guess
Oh
it,
yeah, he's a cuck.
I had everything to believe. Yeah, he is a fucking cuck. Fuck
Yeah,
him.
where he enjoys watching his wife with other men. Um,
Yeah.
I'm
Well, like
telling you, I was
she.
a webcam girl, so I used to get like those guys that had those fetishes.
Mhm.
I was like, by any chance do you have anyone I could watch you being with? I'm like, no. But yeah,
But no, but
nope.
apparently, like
I agree.
he didn't know that we actually hooked up and fucked because like he found out
Who?
later because Drew, the husband,
The husband didn't know that you hooked up with who?
with his wife
You hooked up with,
Jasmine.
oh, okay, Jasmine. Okay. He didn't know that, but now he does.
Yeah, because uh like I said, she led me on to believe that they were in an open marriage,
Oh,
and
and did he find
they
out?
really weren't. But they really weren't.
So
And
when he found out, what did he do? Was he mad
I don't
or?
know. I don't know what but he probably was mad, but Jasmine went crying to Susie about it. Like, Drew saw my messages where Patrick and I talking about hooking up in Ohio, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Why is that a problem if he already knew?
Yeah.
So he did. So he didn't know, but I had reasons to believe that he did know because he was like, I'd be on the phone with her, and she'd be talking on the phone with me right in front of him, and we'd actually acknowledge each other, right? So
Yeah. Maybe
I
she
don't know.
lied to him and said that you guys were just friends and, you
That's
know,
that's what I think, but I was like, but any fucking normal man would be like wondering why the fuck is she always talking to this other man, right?
yeah, because you thought that they were in an
But
open
like
marriage.
she was telling me that he had his own girlfriend, but then for a while I kept hearing about, oh, he's with his own girlfriend, blah blah blah, and then I'd never hear about this girlfriend ever again.
So,
So
yeah,
so
it was all
basically,
bullshit.
he's stuck in a loveless marriage where his wife, is just openly fucking around on him. Oh, get this. I made a musical ponage about her, the first one, the musical ponage of Fire Ice Witch, and her actual daughter commented on the video.
I haven't seen that
Real
video. I'm
Amber.
gonna have to check it out. What'd she say?
I said it to Plus. It was the channel that it was originally posted on got deleted. I took a screenshot of what she said.
What did she
Uh,
say?
she said, "Let me scroll up so I can
Okay,
read
so
it."
how many kids does she have with the guy from England? What's
She has the one that I
she has
know
one
of.
kid with him, and then she has other kids as well.
It's not Drew's kid.
Okay, so she has one kid. Period. That's just she just has one kid,
Yeah,
and the kid is how old?
she's 20 now.
Okay, so she has a adult child.
Hmm.
Does the child live with her still or no?
No, she lives with her baby. So like her daughter just had a baby, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Fire Ice Witch is a grandma now, and doesn't
Wait,
seem to
her
get.
20-year-old just had a baby?
Yeah, so she got
Mm.
knocked up at like 19.
Yeah, I got knocked up at 19 too, but I didn't keep that,
Oh,
you know. But yeah, a lot of my friends did. They had kids very young. My mom had kids when she was like 18. She had,
I think I scrolled past it. Posted it in the war chest.
so now she's a grandma.
Yeah. Now she's a grandma, but she's more invested in this YouTube shit than her own children. Actually, I'm gonna screen share. Uh,
Yeah, it was people do
what,
stupid shit
what
when
I
they're
got.
young.
Like I said, I thought at first
It's
maybe
like
this is a troll using her
a
picture, but this is a
date
picture.
rape type situation. Okay,
So
so
just
the daughter
add it to
responded.
the screen there. Do you see it right beside my icon there on the bottom there? Look in the bottom of your StreamYards.
So, okay, I see it. You said so stupid, and that's what she said. The daughter.
Just click on it to add it to the stream.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do
Remember how
shit.
you added me to the stream? It's the same thing. When you
Except
saw
you go
me,
to more, it says private chat. Is that it? No,
no,
that's
not
not it,
private.
right? banners. Is it the banners?
No, not banners. You know when
Okay.
I joined this. You know when I joined the stream and you
Is
added
it?
me to the stream.
Yeah, is it guest?
Yeah,
So I click on that?
yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, add to stream. God, you're gonna have to teach me how to do this. Like, Sarah's really good at this kind of stuff too. Okay, there you go. Oh, it's so awesome that you can do this. This is I'm a pro now because of you. I'm pro, going pro.
All right. So this is actually her, and I
Thank
know
you,
this because of certain personal details she shares in these comments. That's like, okay, this isn't some troll, because how
Yeah.
would a troll know about this, right? She says, "Do not say I'm going to be a single mother when you don't know jack shit about me." 2, I could never be like my mother, who's a narcissistic serial cheater living in a fucking delusion.
Oh,
And then
wow.
the other comment, LOL, I do not appreciate being compared to my narcissistic mother. Leave my name and my child out of all this nonsense. Plus, at least I can say that I'm happy with my baby daddy and don't depend on a man to be able to support my child.
Okay, that kind of says it all right there, doesn't it?
Right? And I'm
Yeah,
like, holy shit, that's the actual daughter.
that's really revealing.
Mm-hmm.
So the daughter obviously does not live with the mom.
No.
Doesn't live with Fire.
No, she moved out as, basically as soon as she was 18.
And then,
She was just so unhappy living there. Like, the husband is like drunk all the time. Well, according to Fire,
well, he's English. They drink a lot. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know.
just think it. I don't just think it's because he's English, right? Because after a while of dealing with Fire's bullshit,
Hmm.
I started to think about, Jesus Christ, is this why he drinks? Right? I think he drinks because he's emotionally and mentally abused by this woman, on a constant daily basis. Right? He's being cucked. He's being
He's
cheated
being
on.
cucked. Yeah,
Wouldn't you be drinking too?
I would be. I'd probably be stoned. I'd
I
probably be
tell
really
you,
stoned all the time. Yeah.
there's been a few nights where she's caused me to drink because she stresses me out with her constant fucking bullshit and her constant crying, like she's always like she's constantly freaking out over the dumbest shit too, and it just stresses me out.
It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm not saying anything good about her, but it's sad for both of them because they're in this marriage and it'd be better for them to separate, but she needs him and he needs her. So it's kind of this codependent, crazy ass relationship. You're drinking, Carrie?
I feel sorry for him. I do not feel sorry for her at all. Right? Because she's unhappy in her marriage. Well, that's her own fault for being such a selfish bitch.
How did she meet him? Do you know?
She met him online somewhere.
And then he needed to come to America for a job.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm fascinated
None
now.
of my business.
I'm fascinated by their marriage because it's like,
I had no business fucking this man's wife. If I
well, you
only,
didn't know that it was.
I should have known better. I knew they were married, right? Open marriage. Because she says open marriage or not, I should have fucking known better.
Good night, Carrie. Have a good night. And yeah, like Sharon's daughter. Is Sharon's daughter moved? She moved out already?
She moved out as soon as she was 18 too.
Okay.
Oh, and she's apparently a boy now.
Wait, what?
Apparently she's a boy now.
So she's trans, the daughter?
Yeah, she's calling herself Jay.
Okay.
And then Sharon got pissed off because I said maybe it's a boys don't cry situation. Remember that Hilary Swank movie?
Yeah.
Right.
That was a good movie.
It was. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say if it was a good movie because
it was sad.
They made up a lot of bullshit in that movie.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't
the real story. It
wasn't the real story of what happened.
Yeah.
They didn't even depict like the real people who got killed.
Yeah.
And
really,
then they put in some lesbian story which wasn't there in the real story. As soon as the chick found out that this guy wasn't a real guy, that it was some woman pretending to be a man,
she broke up with him.
She was like, "That's it, we're done." Right?
We're done.
It wasn't like how it was depicted in the movie where she's like, "I don't care if you're, if if you're really a woman, I still care about you. None of that shit was happened in real life.
So what about the people that were killed? Who were the real people that were killed? I thought it was
It
the
was
people
like
that she
three.
lived with.
It was like three people that were killed, and in the movie, it was only depicted as two other people.
How many? So three people total were killed,
Three people. Three people were killed. Yeah,
and it was just the people that she was staying with, right?
yeah.
I heard that it was kind of Hollywood,
They. It was
Very Hollywood.
Hollywoodized, yeah, and turned into a lesbian love story when it wasn't a lesbian love story. You know,
Yeah,
the woman that she tricked, like it was basically the female version of the crying game.
yeah. What's sad is that that would have never happened if she would have been honest from the get-go. But back then, it was hard. There was such a stigma
Well,
attached. But
yeah, well, the reason why she was doing this and why she wanted to be a boy was because she was like sexually abused as a child, and her
yeah,
mind was warped, and thought maybe if I was a boy, nobody would touch me. So I
yeah,
kind of insinuated that with in the case of Jordan wanting to be a boy named Jay, because Sharon's has always been letting these creeps around these children their whole lives. I mean,
yeah.
for fuck's sake, she was involved with a convicted pedophile.
Which one? Who?
Sharon was.
Who was the convicted pedophile?
Russell Humphrey Peters or Stevens, I think his name was. Russell Stevens.
I can't even believe. So I didn't know that either. So she was involved with the pedophile, and he had his way with her daughters. Is that how she got involved in all of this?
I don't know. Well, we don't know for sure if he did anything to her daughters, but I'm thinking more than likely something
Ah,
happened.
obviously.
I mean, like these kids are fucked up. She's, well, not only was she getting involved with an actual pedophile, she herself is a pedophile because she got pregnant with the oldest child with an underage boy when she was 24.
How?
Right?
Oh my God, I didn't know that either.
This
Okay, I'm just
boy,
learning
this
so
boy,
much.
this boy that knocked her up was like maybe 15 years old at the time, and she
Oh
was
my
24.
God. And how old was she? She was in her 20s?
24.
Okay, what the fuck was she
And,
thinking?
and then we already know about the kind of creeps that she throws herself at. Mad Aussie Bushman, and then she had JT who was trolling her for over a year, and then
Oh, that's right, Ozzy Bushman. I totally forgot about that. So she was with him. She was with
yeah.
JT. And
Well,
who
okay,
else?
so she apparently like masturbated with a carrot
Yeah,
in
I heard
front of
about
this
the
guy,
carrot.
Mad Aussie Bushman, and then she had her kids talking to this guy, and this was the guy that like apparently revenge porned her or blackmailed her, and then they're in a relationship again after that. Like she's a crazy fucking bitch, and she's a danger to her own children because she seems to be the one always trying to get creeps involved with their children.
She needs some serious therapy because wasn't she molested as well?
Yet she claims.
Yeah, I think they all need therapy, but not necessarily. The therapy doesn't really help. I don't even know. I've been in therapy before. I
Lauren
haven't in
claims.
years.
Sharon claims she was having sex with her grandpa, and Lauren has also claimed the same thing about herself. Lauren also claimed she had sex with her grandpa.
Ew, what is up with the grandpas? So they both claim they were molested by their grandfathers.
Yes.
Okay. If it's true, that's really sad.
I think in Lauren's case, it's definitely bullshit.
It will fuck you up if it's true. I mean, that would fuck you
Yeah.
up pretty well. I was molested as well when I was young. I wasn't raped, like penetrated, but yeah, touched inappropriately, and it does fuck you up. But you need to deal with it, and don't have kids if you're gonna.
Yeah, just deal with it.
No, like deal with
Quit
it in
being
your own,
victim.
but don't put
Man,
it
I was
on
touched. No,
children. You know what I mean? Like that's why I didn't have kids, I think, because I was so afraid that maybe my fucked up head from being molested would carry down to my children. I would do something to hurt them. I don't know.
Speaking
There's a
of
lot of
that,
reasons. Huh?
when I was in Ohio, I think Fire Ice Witch, I think Jasmine was like fishing for information about me because she told me something personal about Riff Magos that he apparently shared with her about his child. He was he. I'm not going to go into a great deal about this, but I guess he confided to her about him getting molested as a child, and and then of course I got, I had some wine and I smoked some pot, and I was upset to hear that because I got a little emotional, almost to the point of close to tears when she told me that. And then she started asking me, like, did something happen to me when I was a kid? And no, nothing like that happened to me when I was a kid. I feel like I've been abused as a kid, but not like that. I wasn't like beaten as a kid, but
Neglected. I was neglected too, and that will fuck you up too.
yes, neglected, or and there was like certain
Verbal.
people left in the care of who were bad people, like
Right.
babysitters and stuff who were bad people.
Exactly. And that will
But
fuck you
like,
up too.
but it was not like I was getting beaten by people. I
Same.
wasn't beaten by my parents. I wasn't sexually molested by my parents. But I know what it's like to feel neglected and abused. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Exactly. We could all relate on some level, you know.
Well,
Not
that's why
all.
I relate to Nathan Forrest Winters and um, yeah, and I just got I lose my shit whenever a child is being abused, right? That's why I hated fucking JB Gunner and and the fact that he abuses women.
JB
But
Gunner
like,
abuses women.
but like she
Oh
was
yeah, okay, yeah.
she was she was fishing for some really dark personal secret. Like, thankfully, no, I wasn't molested or anything. But if I had been, and if I shared that with her,
She would have told everyone.
she would use that against me. Well, and the fact that I guess it's already come apparent that you can't trust this woman with any personal information about yourself because she does tell other people about it. Right? She told me about like Riff apparently told her about this stuff, and it wasn't meant to be shared, but she told me about it and then use that to try and fish for information about me to see if I was being molested. She's a really sick fucking bitch. And then
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
then the
bad.
fact that she talked me into, doing something with a double-ended dildo. She's like, "Hey, let's try this. So, you stick this in your ass and I'll
Hi,
stick this
Moon
into
Tough.
my pussy." And I'm like, "Well, I have no interest in doing anything like that, but if that's what you want, I'll try anything once to see, right?"
I've never done that before, but yeah, that's
Ugh.
obviously she's done that, and that I
Well,
don't know.
she shared according to her, she shared dildos with other women, so
Did you get tested for STDs after that?
she's bisexual.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't feel comfortable doing it. I wasn't like getting aroused or getting anything out of it.
Hmm.
It didn't hurt me or anything like that. It wasn't that like that, but it was
It
just
wasn't that
like
big, yeah.
what's the point of this, right? That's what
Yeah.
I was going through my mind, right? And I'm like, the whole entire reason for allowing her to talk me into this was I thought she would get off in some way, right? Because she's the
Yeah, it
one
was
who
for her.
suggested it, right? And like, well, I'm not hearing any moaning and shit from her. So I just stopped, turned around, and I'm like, okay, I tried that. I'm done with that. And she's like, did you enjoy that? I'm like, actually, no. She goes, well, you fucked the shit out of that dildo. I'm like, well, you wanted me to. Like, what, what the fuck?
I did what I was told, bitch.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I'm not a submissive type. I'm a dominant type. I want to be the one on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I'm more like attracted and turned on by submissive women who will let me do whatever I want to them, right?
Yeah, I'm that way
But,
too. I'm dominant.
but
I'm more dominant.
I'm pretty open minded and willing to compromise on stuff. Okay, I'll do this for you if you do this for me, right? It's like, oh well, I got what I wanted. I fucked her in the ass. So
Did you? She allowed you to do that?
Yeah, I came in her ass. She sucked my dick. I fucked her pussy. I ate her
Oh,
out.
what's this?
Who's this?
Snoopy? I know. Okay, I don't know. Oh, okay, there's a guest. Administration Snoopy. Add a stream.
Do you know
Hello?
this person?
Hello? Who is this?
I suggest you kick this person off if you don't know who it is.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Kick him off.
Remove from stream. Okay. I didn't give anyone else this. It must have been Roger because I didn't give anyone else this link.
Did you give Roger a link?
No, but he knows he knows how to get into the StreamYard. So
Oh.
okay, so what we're talking about? She let you fuck her in the ass, and okay.
We did also like she moaned a lot when I ate her pussy out, when I fucked her pussy, when I fucked her ass. But when she asked me to do this thing, right, which was awkward and embarrassing for me, I didn't hear any moaning then, so I just stopped and I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that?
Maybe she wanted to. I don't know.
Oh, I know. I
Turn you
think she
on.
was setting me up, right? Having
Oh,
something to have on me in case
oh,
the
that's sick.
relationship soured, and so that she'd do what she's doing right now. She started making videos going, "Remember this dildo?" And you think, "Oh, you think you're gonna
You
fuck?"
remember this dildo? She's gonna hold it over your head. So
She's gonna hold.
you're like me. You're like me. You're like, if somebody knows something about me and they're gonna say it, I'll just do it myself. I'll tell everyone myself what I did or who, you know.
Well, yeah, I took her
Yeah.
weapon and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be fucking ashamed of that. I'm a fucking grown man. I'm not some insecure little boy, and I'm not worried about people thinking I'm gay.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna spill everything that happened in the bedroom. Then I'm gonna talk about how you were fucking bleeding. I'm gonna talk about how you were on your
Ugh,
fucking period.
forgot about that. Yeah, I heard that on that stream.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Well, the
that
thing
must have been
was, she
awkward.
had stopped bleeding for a little while, but then while I was eating her pussy, she started bleeding again.
Oh,
And that was gross. And then another gross thing was
my ex liked to do that.
I uh after I came in her pussy, and then I'm lying next to her. I'm waiting to for my balls to fill up again, right? So we can go again. And she starts using a vibrator on herself while my cum was still inside her, and I can hear the
Pussy farts, or yeah, or the
the
or the
sound of it
flapping.
the sound of it mixing all up in there, like when you use an egg beater
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the sound it makes when
Okay.
you use it in
I'm
batter
traumatized. I'm a little
or
traumatized.
I was fucking traumatized because I was trying to bite my tongue while she's doing that, and then I just start laughing because it's like, that sounds fucking disgusting.
Oh Lord.
I've never been with a woman like that, and I've never heard those sounds before, right? Like, my sex life has been pretty vanilla up to that point, right?
Was she on the pill or nothing? She let you without any protection or like,
This is the first woman I've ever fucked without a condom. I'm sad to say, and boy did boy did I pick wrong.
oh wow. Okay, so she's 45, so she could still get pregnant. So what's going on?
She's too old to get pregnant.
No, she's not. 45? There's
Well,
well, I
she
guess.
said she almost died having Amber, so I don't think she can have any more kids.
Okay, that's good because then you could
And she only has one kidney.
she only has one kidney?
Yeah, she says.
What happened?
And she has a lot of health problems. She
Oh,
said she had cancer when she was a baby.
oh my Lord.
Well, and she claims that's why her arms are fucking big. But that's not
She claims her arms are big for what reason?
because of cancer treatments. But most people with cancer that I know are emaciated. They're not fat.
Well, yeah, but she had cancer treatments when she was younger, and then she probably put the weight on later after was in
No,
remission.
no, it's always a fucking excuse for why she's fat. Oh, I had steroid injections for these health problems, and she's always complaining about health problems. And then when I noticed, like, she wasn't like the fun person to be around that I met in the beginning. Over time, I just started realizing that she's just a really negative bitch that just fucking complains about everything, and it's nonstop.
So
She's
when you
just
guys
a
were
really,
together and you spent time together, it was good times, and then it turned kind of negative, or
it seemed like as soon as I got home from Ohio, she just started turning into this fucking whiny, depressing bitch. Just that was
when you left, that's after you already left, and then you were
yeah.
okay.
And then I was home, and then she was acting like you don't want to talk to me anymore, and I feel like you're pushing me away. And it's like, no, it was the opposite. She's the one pushing me away.
Maybe it
And
just made her sad that you left or something, or
well, that's what she was acting like, but I don't think that was the case at all. I think she was trying to drive me into dumping her, to be honest.
you think so? Why would she do
Yeah.
that? Because her husband found out, or I know I'm trying to figure.
Because this entire relationship is unrealistic in the first place, right? First of all, this COVID thing was keeping us apart, right?
Oh yeah, that was keeping
Everything.
everyone apart.
And then it's like, well, how long are we gonna fucking wait, right? And plus, I
To
wasn't
be
gonna wait. After a while, I stopped waiting, and then I started hooking up with other women, and going back to the massage parlors and shit.
gotta do what you
I
gotta
need
do.
I need sex, and she's married, so fuck
And
her.
she's not willing to go to Canada. I mean, she couldn't
Well,
because of the
she
COVID
couldn't.
restrictions.
She couldn't.
Yeah, but that
COVID,
makes sense then.
and there's still COVID restrictions.
It had nothing to do with COVID restrictions.
And I said there's still COVID restrictions. No, COVID was keeping us apart, and plus there's also the issue of money, right?
Yeah, cost money to go back and forth, and she couldn't leave her husband to go live with you.
Yeah, well, like even though she keeps saying that they're getting divorced, right? It was like, well, how long has she been saying she's getting divorced, right? And it's just like, look, she's fucking married. We're in two different countries.
Yeah,
This relationship's not gonna work.
yeah, absolutely. There's no way
But
around it. It's just not going to work unless she got
and
divorced. And
I held on. There like she would get all fucking crazy, and then she'd calm down, and then I think that that the good times are gonna come back, and they never did. She just after whining about all the drama, she became obsessed with Sharon and then Sarah, and then it's like, wait, I thought you wanted me to walk away from all this shit, but you're not walking away.
it's true. You walked away from all of it, and then we saw that she came back, and we're like, "Wait, where's Patrick at?" That's what I said, at least. I'm like, "Where's he at?" But other people asked as
Well, what
well.
I think what happened was, like, especially after Ohio, she started spending more time with trim hits and was like all up on his dick, and like,
Wait, she
and
actually
then
physically saw trim hits?
no,
Okay.
no. Here's the thing.
Wait, I thought he threatened to
She's
kill her.
he never threatened to kill her.
Okay.
He never threatened her. She's a stupid bitch. When she made those 911 calls, she's talking. He did like make threats saying that he's going to do burials on her. He's talking about putting out videos that will fucking embarrass her. That's
This
not an
phrase
actual death threat.
for my dry mouth, my medications, my thyroid medication. Sorry.
Yeah.
So she made that
I
up.
got the cure for a dry mouth.
Okay, so she made that up, and then she became friends with trim hits.
Yeah, after calling the FBI on him twice, so that was pissing me off, and I was like, "Oh, the guy's your buddy now because he laid off of you, and you're working together to go at Sharon and Eli, right?" She started getting involved with Ronaldo. So we always thought that Trim Hits and Ronaldo were the same person, but they're not.
Really? They're not really? Okay, I thought
They're
that
not.
too.
They're
I
two
remember
different
you did
people.
an investigation on one of your shows. Remember that? That was a great
Yeah.
show.
Well, it's embarrassing for me to keep saying, yeah, they're the same person, and then to
Well, it
have to
looked like they were. It looked like they were though. So you were
It
onto
did,
something.
and Ronaldo was impersonating Trim Hits at a lot of times too, so it is confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so she called the authorities on Trim Hits saying that he was threatening to kill her, and then she became friends with Trim Hits, and then she was had a flirtation thing going on with him too.
It was one sided, right?
Okay.
Because in her mind, Trim Hits was obsessed with her and wanted her, but in reality, he didn't want her and found her disgusting and wanted nothing to do with it. In fact, she was the one that was complaining that he wasn't responding to her emails anymore. right?
Hmm.
And then she gets involved with Ronaldo and then gets really obsessed with fucking trolling Eli. And all that shit was annoying me.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And like, leave Eli out of it. And why was she obsessed with that? Why do you think she was
I think just
obsessed?
to impress her new buddies.
One of the chat, if Lauren Shangi make it. Um, yeah, that's weird though, that she would become friends with somebody that she called the authorities on. And she was crying in that
Well, she
voice
also
clip.
did that to Susie too, right? She
That's
reported
right, she
Susie to
did do that
Social
too.
Security, and it's like, "Oh, I'm your best friend now," you know. And she was like writing to Trim saying, I'm the most loyal bitch you ever meet. I'm ride or die." Does she seem like a ride or die bitch to you? She's not loyal to her husband. She's not loyal to her kid. She's not loyal to her boyfriend. She's not loyal to fucking anybody. She threw Trim Hits under the bus again because she wanted Trim Hits to attack me. He didn't. And then the next thing you know, she's fucking outing him for being Jensen and releasing these private phone calls that they had together and putting them in videos. She's just a fucking dirty, two-faced bitch. She's the most disloyal, dishonest fucking bitch there is. She put on this persona that she's somebody that you can trust, that, she doesn't get jealous and she's open and honest. She's a lying, deceiving fucking snake. Everything that she complained about Sarah Barrett being is actually true about her.
Maybe it
Everything
was,
she
yeah.
everything she complained about
Yeah.
Sharon Hensley, it's true with her.
Do you think she's gonna fuck over Lauren?
Yeah.
I know, I could kind of see that now. Now that you
Well,
told me.
Lauren's also been fucking her over.
Really? So like she.
Well, get this. The whole reason why they published Jamie's Corner's nudes because she outed the nuke too early.
Wait, there's Jamie. Jamie has nudes out.
Yes, she gave Jamie's nudes to Brutal Mafia, and they put it in videos, and they're still putting it in videos.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
So who did Jamie give the nudes to?
Brutal. Who did?
Brutal Mafia?
No, Jamie gave them to me, and then when
She finagled them out of you, and then
no,
she gave them.
no. Here's how it happened, right? Jamie, we exchanged nudes, right? But then when Jamie and I fell out, I thought that Jamie was actually putting my dick out there, and I knew that she gave out my phone number, which I was really pissed off about. So in a fit of anger, I emailed Sarah, and I'm like, "Oh, you want Jamie's pictures? Here they go. Here you are." So it is actually my fault that there's pictures, but it was never posted online anywhere. It wasn't put in fucking videos. And I emailed Sarah and I said, "Do not fucking post that anywhere. I shouldn't have given them to you."
Yeah.
So.
You know what? We've all done shit to each other. You know what I mean? It's like a love-hate.
But then there's this selective outrage.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of hypocrisy. The things that people used to say about me doing, like defending myself or saying this or that, are the same things. Or nude, being a webcam girl. I used to get so much shit for doing that in the past, and then turns out quite a few people have done that. So, and there's news everywhere. Everyone has nudes. So I'm like, why is everyone up my ass? It's it's crazy. Yeah, me too. I have my ride or dies, and yeah. But there is private things that certain people haven't used against me, and that's always good. You always have those people that you can still trust. But you have those people that are going to clip the fuck out of your videos and use it against you. And I think I worry about Lauren doing that, Fire Witch, I worry about that. But at the same time, do I care? No.
Yeah. Plus, you look good naked.
Well, yeah, I haven't really shown people say, "Oh, yeah, you've seen you naked." No, you saw my tits. That's it. My cooch isn't out there.
Well, no,
Not that I know of.
I haven't seen your cooch, but I've seen like full body pictures and
Yeah.
shots. That, just the stuff you put on Instagram and whatnot.
Yeah, I do. I do Instagram. People give me shit for that too. I'm like, damn, you're only a certain age for so long, and then you get to a point where you can't get away with that anymore. So do it while you can and be happy and be proud of who you are as in your
Well, I
body.
guess you're close to the same age as Fire Ice Witch, but you're not catfishing people.
No,
I can see that you're just wearing. You're not using filters right now. You got
no,
like
just
just a
makeup.
little bit of makeup on.
Yeah, I have a little
It's
makeup.
not caked on your face. With her,
Yeah.
she's caking makeup on her face and using fucking filters. Right? How
Yeah.
much fucking eyeshadow is she using? Right? She looks like a goddamn tranny.
Thank you, bad girl. I don't know why she does that. I think that she would be accepted and
Well,
people
here's
would
the
like her
thing.
regardless. You know what I mean? I think she's
She's very
insecure about that.
narcissistic. She's very narcissistic and conceited. Well, at the same time, she's insecure about the way she actually looks, which
Yeah,
is
that's
fucking
true.
crazy. And then she talks shit about other women and their appearance.
He did. He did open up his channel to so many. I spelled your name wrong. That's funny. I called you Shanghai because it was like a
Everybody
last
makes
minute
that
thing.
mistake.
This was a last minute thing. So you're a Shanghai.
I posted the link to my channel in the private chat,
Okay,
dude.
good. Yeah. But yeah, you opened up your channel to so many and you started so many people starting their own channels because when
Mhm.
I was coming up, nobody had a channel yet. And then they started appearing on your channel and then you
Mhm.
gave them that outlet and then they said, "Oh, I could do this. I could have my own channel." And so it kind of,
Mhm.
yeah, that
Well,
was it's true.
yeah, I inspired Fire Ice Witch to do YouTube videos
Thank,
and shit.
thank you, Sterling. Who, Firewatch? Yeah,
Mhm.
you gave up your channel for her as far as I saw it, and other people saw it as well
Well,
because I
like even
remember.
when she started doing more content for her own channel, she was still like trying to use my channel to further her agenda.
Well, yeah, it was your channel, and then she would
Mhm.
say, "Oh, Mrs. Shangi," and then she would come on, but then she would take it over, and then I would say,
Mhm.
and then you would just leave. You were like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna." You would just
Mhm.
leave, and I'm like, "Where is Shangi at? Is it her channel now? What's going on?" So I didn't even know. I don't know, but
Yeah, well, it
I think
was pissing me off how she would just take over, and it's
yeah,
embarrassing when I have to mute my own girlfriend or kick her backstage when she's fucking yelling at people.
she was
Like
yelling
she,
at people. I left by then. I was like so over it. I was like, I'm out
well,
of here.
she would straight up fucking right, and she's always trying to fucking talk tough with people and sound like a man. I will fuck you up, you bitch, mother. Like
She said that. See, I
oh,
always
she
thought she had a great voice. I thought, and then when I started, I thought she had like a radio voice. I thought, oh, she has a beautiful voice, blah blah blah.
she has an annoying voice.
But then it became like where she was,
She has
it
a
was all her.
nasally,
Yeah.
whiny voice. She has a nasally, whiny voice. I mean, sometimes she'll put on, the fake, the sleepy voice, whatever that she's using, right? Oh, I digress, and then, but then, like, she likes to get loud and fucking masculine and act all hard and shit. And then when people start clapping back, I gotta endure with all the whining and crying and oh, I'm taking all the hits. Everybody's making fun of me because I'm your girlfriend. Like oh fuck off.
So when
Ryder,
you would start, when you would say, look, knock it off, she would do that. She would cry about. I mean, she get mad at you.
no, she just gets mad and cries about everything. I'm like, you have no idea how much crying there is, right? And to be crying like that after acting all hard and shit, yeah, it was getting fucking ridiculous, and I was getting sick of it.
Yeah, she never acted that way when I was there. But I had, like I said,
Mhm.
I had left once. Became about just her, like her
Mhm.
show, and then you would come in on occasion, and I would say, and I didn't even know what they were talking about. I can't even remember why I
Usually
left.
about Sharon and shit, right? And drama.
Oh yeah, yeah, like Sharon and the drama and what have you. And I was sick
Mhm.
of hearing about Sharon. There was a time I really felt sorry for Sharon and I would
Mhm.
defend her. And
Yeah,
then
well,
when she
that time
turned
was
on me, I was like, oh hell no, you did not just turn on me. It's like
yeah.
it's not
Well,
gonna go down that
yeah.
way.
We were doing all these stupid drama gettins and
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, that's right. Where you would highlight certain people, then you would
mhm. No, all the Dramageddons was all about caping for Sharon and going at Susie, and it was just like it was just never ending.
yeah, that was
And
just
she was like trying to, always getting in my ear and telling me that who I should respond to. You got to clap at this guy. I'm like, why? I don't have to respond to every fucking thing. I don't have to
Yeah.
watch every fucking thing that everybody puts out about me. Like, this is getting ridiculous. You bombard me with shit, and then she'd start
Yeah.
crying if I complained that she's bombarding me with shit. Because
Yeah.
it's like, check Discord, check Facebook, check your email. It's like, oh my god, why can't you just stick to one fucking platform? Why do I got to go scour through all these different social media devices for all this shit you keep sending me? You send some shit on email, but then some shit on Facebook, and then you're sending me shit on Discord. It's fucking nuts.
So it became too much. You're just like, fuck this, and
Yeah,
just do your thing, and I don't want to hear it. Is that what happened? Because I was wondering about that.
yeah.
Like,
And I really get sucked into a lot of shit because of her, and then and then so like after a while, like I said, after all the complaining, right? She says she wants to focus on us. She wants to walk away from this shit. So I start, walking away from this shit, telling people that I'm retiring, right?
yeah, you said that, and I was like, what the hell? She must be some woman because she made him retire. I was like,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I shouldn't have been retiring for that bitch, right? Well, and then I noticed,
I
right?
don't know.
Well, I'm backing off and I'm planning my retirement, and she's still going and going and going, and then getting mad that I'm not helping her troll Sharon.
Okay, so she wanted you to troll Sharon,
Yeah.
and then she got mad at
Well,
you for that.
also when things were calming down with me and Lycan Theory, and JB wasn't talking about me anymore, she would get in my ear and like, JB's gonna regrow his channel again, and you're not clapping at him. It was like, I don't have the power to destroy people's channels just by exposing them on YouTube and stuff. It's not why I'm doing
So
this.
yeah,
Who's
so she wanted you
who's
to go
this on
after
the panel?
JB, and you're like, I'm not gonna fucking take on JB. Yeah, yeah, I get it.
Well,
Okay,
not when he's not clapping at me. That's the thing.
yeah. Okay, do you want to do a part two tomorrow? Because I have to eat dinner.
Oh, you getting hungry? All right. Well,
I'm
who's this on
still,
the panel?
I think that's my roommate,
Is that Roger?
Roger. I think so.
Hello, Roger.
He's not there now. Okay, so he's bringing home some Jack in the Box. He just got off work. I'm starving. So we could do a part two tomorrow.
If you want, yeah, sure. Just let me know.
Let's do it around this time.
Um,
But yeah,
all
I
right.
haven't even had anything to eat yet.
Well, thanks for having me on the show,
It's
sweetie.
been fun.
Yeah,
Yes. I like talking to you. You're fun. And
yeah. I like
we
talking
haven't
to you too.
talked really, so it's
Yeah,
been like,
we haven't really talked. Well, we should talk more. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot. You didn't block me, but you just stopped talking to everyone after you got
Yeah. Well, a lot of
retired.
that too. I think Jasmine was jealous of all the females.
Yeah,
So she didn't want me talking to other females, basically.
yeah. You just stopped talking to me. You stopped talking to everyone, and I
Hmm.
was like, God,
Yeah,
she really
she was
has a
like
hold on
telling
him.
me that you're a snake, you're involved with JT, and
JT.
hmm
She said that I was involved with JT.
yeah, you're involved with Sarah. Like she talked a lot of shit about you because she didn't like the fact that. Well, I didn't. I made it no secret to her that I found you attractive. I like your pictures.
Pictures, yeah.
Whatever.
She just, yeah, that's
Well,
sad that,
I was like, well, in the beginning, she would tell me she's not the jealous type, and then she acted a different way. She was like, Sarah, better stay away from my man, right? Which was like, well,
she she
aren't you
thought that
right?
Sarah was trying to go for you, and so she,
Well, there was times that Sarah was trying to go for me, but nothing happened.
yeah, I don't remember that either. See, I have a
But
lot to catch up
but it was
on.
like, why would she be jealous or threatened of Sarah if she's not the jealous type that she said she wasn't the jealous type, but then
Yeah.
she freaks out and accuses me of disrespecting her for flirting with other women. Well, remember in
I've
the
never seen you
beginning,
do that. I've never seen you flirt with other women. 5 p.m. Someone
I
said,
used to, and then I
oh
used
my
to
God.
flirt with other women, and then I stopped because it was upsetting her.
Yeah, you really loved her.
Well,
So,
yeah,
you
because
know,
in the beginning we said we were like polyamorous and whatnot. She was talking about having threesomes with me with other women and shit, right? course,
Oh, was
that
she?
never happened, and that was never going to happen because she's jealous of other women.
That's unfortunate that she was
Mhm.
because you lost.
That's
You
pretty
had
funny that she's jealous and possessive and all that shit when she has no loyalty and cheats on her husband.
yeah. That's surprising. A lot of this is surprising. Everything's new. I
Right?
did. Yeah.
She can cheat on her husband and it's no fucking big deal for her. But if she thinks somebody's cheating on her, oh.
Yeah. Okay. I think dinner's here. I gotta go.
All right.
All right. Part two tomorrow.
All right.
All
Can't
right.
wait.
Have a good night.
You
Bye.
too.